A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Metacom presents Arch Obler's Lights Out, Everybody. It is later than you think. This is Arch Obler bringing you another in our series of stories of the unusual. And once again we caution you, these lights out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now. In a world which fills our hours with a multiplicity of little things, it's sometimes good to stand away in imagination and think of the great wonder of life itself, that out of the darkness of space came this great gift of consciousness. Tonight, with my distinguished actor friend Edmund Gwen, I'd like to bring you my play about this infinite wonder.
And so, my good friends, I can only add that I thank you with all my heart for the honor you have given me this evening. The newspaper men who are here would, of course, like me to make a sensational statement regarding the nature and the effect of cosmic rays. That is understandable. We know that these rays originate in the cold distances so far beyond our universe that the human mind cannot begin to grasp the reality of the endless darkness. We know that these cosmic radiations are continually bombarding us, changing the very structure of things with every passing second. Some of us believe that it is this radiation which, acting upon the atoms of primeval matter, caused the gradual evolution of the creature called man out of primeval slime. Yes, a popular magazine article recently headlined the cosmic ray as the essence of life. The essence of life. Perhaps. But where out of the frigid darkness come these radiations? Where? What lies beyond the reach of our greatest telescopes that is the source of this tremendous unseen flow of cosmic energy? Some of you stir restlessly. You are thinking, our friend Sir Albert grows senile. Life grows short for him. He is looking out into the night with fear. No, my friend. It is not fear that makes me ask the questions whence and where. It is not even hope. It is wonder. Wonder at the source of this unending stream of power that drives across eternal space, bringing our universe what may be the very source of life. Now I say to you, what so many of you already believe in your hearts, that our world, and all we know of it, all things, all beings, is not mechanism, but the result, the expression of a thought, a great, transcending thought. I leave you with this question. Can it be that cosmic radiations are a direct expression of that divine eternal thought?
If you'll sit here, Sir Albert.
Thank you, Harris. Thank you.
May I get you something?
No. Oh, just see that they let me rest here a few moments. I'm very tired.
I'd like to say it was a thrilling occasion, Sir Albert. So many of your friends who... those reporters.
Tell them I'll see them as soon as I possibly can.
Yes, sir. No, I'm sorry, Sir Albert cannot see anyone just now. He's indisposed.
Yes, I must see my father.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mrs. Lennox. If you'll step in. Good evening, Mr. Lennox.
Good evening, Harris.
No, not now. Sir Albert will be out in a moment. Sorry.
Father, dear.
Grace? Well, my child.
Good evening, Sir Albert.
You too, Kurt. It was good of you to come.
It was an honor that few son-in-laws enjoy.
Oh, Father, we were so thrilled. It's been a wonderful evening. The hall out there, filled with such distinguished people. All of them there to do honor to you. Oh, I was so happy I started to cry, and Kurt got so embarrassed. Father, are you ill?
You? No. Just weary.
Oh, we'll take you home, sir.
No, there's no need for that. Harris here will take care of me.
Father, you are ill. Why didn't you let me know? We would have come back to London sooner.
How can I convince you? I'm quite all right.
But your face, I've never seen it so tired. As if you hadn't slept for days.
That's true enough.
You haven't been resting?
No.
But you've never been troubled with insomnia?
I haven't slept more than 1 hour a night in the past week.
Father,
There's no need to be alarmed.
Father, what is wrong, please?
Please tell us, sir.
Yes. Yes, telling you, the two of you closest to me, that would clear my mind, wouldn't it? It started exactly 7 days ago. I can't sleep because of a dream.
Dream?
Dream?
Yes, dream. Dream, the same infernal dream, night after night for 7 days. A dream without meaning, a dream from which I awaken and then can't sleep again.
Is it something horrible, sir?
No, there's no horror in it. And yet, I don't know. All I know is that the recurrence of the dream is beyond endurance. I'll tell you something. A few moments ago, when I was out there on the platform looking down at all those faces, I suddenly had the impulse to ask them about my dream.
What?
Say to them, you, my colleagues, clever men of science, aren't you? Then answer me this. What of my dream?
Father, please come to our place for a fortnight.
Oh, yes, do, sir. The fresh air, change of scenery. Yes. The fresh air.
Yeah. Why not? Change of environment may do me good, that's true enough. Yes, I will go with you.
I'm glad. The moors are getting so lovely, and we'll walk you around until you're all healthy again. Won't we, Kurt?
Right.
Don't you want to hear what I dreamt?
If you want to tell us.
Yes, I do. I want to very much. In the telling of it, there may be understanding. I go to bed, I close my eyes, I sleep. And suddenly I'm dreaming. I'm standing alone on the top of a wind-swept hill. It's very dark. I know it is cold, and yet I do not feel the cold. The wind sighs around me. I know it is wind, and yet I do not feel the movement of air. I stand there, Albert Camden. I know it is I, yet strangely I am free of body. I stand there in spirit only. Suddenly I look up. The darkness is gone. Thousands of twinkling stars and the icy brightness of the planets. Believe me, I see them all above me. Suddenly, far above me, a star grows brighter and brighter. It rushes down towards me, and I see it isn't a star, but a great thrust of flashing rays. Closer and closer they come to me, they cover me, and in me there is an unbearable yearning to fly up into them, follow the path of them on and on and on. My whole consciousness tears with the want to go into those flying sparks. I feel torn into a million shreds with the want to go into them, follow them. I must, and then panic. A horrible feeling of panic. I cry out, I awaken. My dream is over, and I cannot sleep. Oh, there, I've told you.
Father,
You, daughter. And you, Kurt, you're young. Perhaps in the freshness of your minds, you can find an answer to this hallucination that comes to me in my sleep. Well, haven't either one of you anything to say?
60 years of research, Father. You've worked harder than any man I've known, and so you're tired. And so you dream. Come with us to the moors. You'll rest, and then you won't dream anymore.
Perhaps I want to dream again.
hungry. Another log, kid?
No, I think we'd better be turning in soon. Right, Sir Albert?
Yes, in a few moments.
Tired, aren't you? And no wonder. What was it, 15 miles?
Now, don't exaggerate, darling. 10 miles, and that's stretching it a bit.
Father?
Yeah?
You are feeling better, aren't you?
Huh?
I said your health, you're resting at night. It has been better since you've been here with us.
Yes, of course.
I'm so glad. Sometimes I was almost afraid that you... oh, but I'm talking too much. And I should be sleeping. Well, off I go to my lily white couch. Good?
No, I think I'll have another pipeful before I turn in.
Well, if I'm spurned, I'm spurned. You, Father, going up?
No, I'll sit here a bit if you don't mind.
All right. But don't sit up late, you two.
We won't.
Night, Father.
Night, dear. Good night.
Wind's rising. Look at those sparks go up the chimney.
Kurt.
Yes, sir?
What I said before, it isn't true.
Sir?
I told Grace I've been sleeping well. I haven't, you know.
I guessed as much.
It's been worse every night.
The dream?
Yes. If I only could understand the meaning of it. I tell you, boy, it's like a familiar name you can't remember. The want of remembering grinds in your head until it's beyond endurance.
Is it the same as you told me?
Yes, exactly the same. The hilltop, the feeling of freedom from body, that rush of sparks like music in my ears, the want to rise up beyond them, then the sudden feeling of panic and the horrible awakening. What does it mean? What? Every night, over and over. Why?
If I could do something, sir.
Do? What is there to do?
You're not a young man. The work's been such a strain. If you'd let yourself be examined, I mean a competent medical man who'd find that, well, the subconscious cause of your dream. Well, you're not angry, are you, sir?
There's no reason to be angry.
Well, I think I'll go up.
Good night.
You're not?
No, I'll sit here until the fire's burnt out. Good night, son.
I'd like to say that, well, the reason I suggested a psychiatrist was not that
I understand, okay? Night.
Good night, sir. I hope you rest well. Good night.
Sparks up the chimney. Rush of sparks. Why? Oh, I'm tired. Sleep. But if I sleep, I'll dream. Dream. To sleep. To dream. To dream. 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 On a hill. Standing on a hill. So dark. Cold. Must be cold. I feel nothing. Why am I here? Dark. Lonely. Sky. Stars. Millions of stars. Polaris. Arcturus. Vega. Nebula in Orion. Nebula in Andromeda. So many stars. Clusters. Endless. Worlds beyond worlds. So bright. So clear. Why am I here? Waiting. Yes, waiting for something. I don't remember. I got to wait. I was tired. I'm not tired anymore. Why am I here? Why do I wait? What? A new star. so bright. Coming closer. Well, how can that be? How can a star? No, a meteor. Falling. Closer. So bright, my eyes are... Oh, now I've got to see. Brighter and brighter. Ah, the rays. Flashing rays. Closer and closer, closer and closer. I know you. I've seen you. Right around me, covering me. Sparks covering me. Yes, I hear you. I want to. Yes, I want to follow you. Follow your path. I want to. I will. I'll go with you. Oh, I'm afraid to follow your path. If I do,
Father, what is it? Oh, Father, please, wake up.
Grace, what? Someone screamed.
Father, it was Father. Oh, Father, please. Father, wait.
Grace.
You cried out.
What?
Yes, sir, you cried out. You did. What happened?
Cried out? The dream. I dreamt. The dream. Now, who in creation? Yes. Infernally impatient, whoever you are. Yes, what? If I might come in, Reynolds? Sir Albert. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Come in, sir. Come in. Thank you. I had no idea, sir, keeping you waiting. Quite all right. The country, sir. Did you enjoy it? My son-in-law brought me back to see a doctor. You're ill, sir. A chair, won't you sit? No, quite all right. What time is it? Almost 11, Sir Albert. If you're not well... Oh, somehow I had to come here tonight. Late as it was, I had to. All the laboratory workers, we've missed you, sir. It's been a long time since you left London. Almost a month. 29 nights. Did you say something, sir? No, nothing. Tell me, the work. Has it been going well? Quite well, sir. Outside, I could hear the whine of a generator. Yes, sir. This here. We've gone right ahead with the work. We've gotten some rather interesting results by reverse excitation of the cathode fields. May I show you? Yes. Well, sir, the Regents asked us to devise some means of illustrating, or rather, visualizing cosmic radiation so that it can be demonstrated in the classroom. I devised this contraption. It has no authenticity, but it does visualize on this fluorescent screen what a rush of cosmic rays might look like. Show me, boy. Right, sir. You'll see, it does visualize cosmic radiation for the students. Watch, sir. See, sir? On the screen. Oh, Sir Albert. Sir Albert, what is it? What? Same. What? The same, I tell you. In miniature, but the same. I don't understand, sir. The rush of sparks. The pattern of sparks, I tell you. Sir Albert. Don't look at me as if I was crazy. I've seen them. The same pattern of flying spark, but 1,000 times greater. Sir Albert, you're not serious. Cosmic rays, they aren't visible to the eye. Glorious, driving through space, through the universe, showering the earth. Sir Albert. I've seen it, I tell you. I've seen it in my dream. Dream? Yes, in my dream. That's what I wanted to know, and now I do know. What I've been seeing in my sleep. Cosmic radiation. Cosmic rays. The path of them out of the infinite. Pouring out of one focal point in the darkness of space. Yes, stare at me all you want to, but I've been dreaming that night after night. I've been... Well, why do I dream that? I know what I dreamed, but I don't know why.
That Mr. Mr. Lennox. If Sir Albert...
Now, Harris, there's no need to be so disturbed.
But I've been with Sir Albert so many years. His strange behavior...
There's nothing strange about it. He apparently walked around the streets until he was exhausted. So, when he came home, he announced that tonight he felt certain he'd be able to sleep. Now, that's perfectly plausible and normal.
I don't like it, sir.
Harris, you're an old woman. Instead of that long face, you should be happy.
Should I?
Yes. For the first time in weeks, Sir Albert seems alive and animated, eager to go to sleep. Well, that sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? Well, see, I feel happy too somehow. That's the way you should feel. This is going to be good news for Grace, Mrs. Lennox. I think I'll telephone her. She'll be as pleased as Punch that Sir Albert has come out of it all. Gone to bed and to sleep in a perfectly normal manner. Yes, to sleep in a perfectly normal manner.
Sleep. 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 Must sleep. Must. The dream. Will I? But I must dream it again. I must. But if I sleep and don't dream... No. Will dream. So many nights dreamt that dream. Got to dream it again. Yet again. Dream again. Once. Once again. Oh, find out why. Dream again. Dream. Why do dream? Why? Why do dream? Dream. 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 On a hilltop. Yes, the dream. Dreaming and knowing that I dream. Cold. Feel the cold. I never felt the cold before in the other dreams. If this dream is as the others, sky will clear. Yes, stars. Millions of them. So bright. Oh, no, I can't be dreaming. So real. No, this can't be a dream. I'm not asleep. I'm not. Awake. I've got to remember. Sitting in front of the fire. Yes, I was sitting in front of the fire. Got up. Wandered out of the house. Yes, that's it. Not a dream. Wandered out into the night. On a hilltop. I'm here. Yes, I am. Stars so bright, everything around me so real. This is reality. It must be. No. A dream, I know. A dream. Waiting. Listening. For what? I can't remember. Something that should happen. Something that always happened in this dream. Oh, why can't I remember? I must remember. I will remember. What? A star? Out there? How bright? Oh, no, it can't be a star. No star could be so bright. A meteor. Yes, a meteor. Rushing at me. Oh, I'm afraid I've got to run. It's rushing at me. Why don't I run? No, I can't. It's so bright. My eyes are... That sound. The rays. Now I remember. Yes, I remember. Yes, the rays. That's what I was waiting for. Always in the dream, the rays. Coming down at me. Pouring from the sky. I remember. Why should I be afraid? Rays. I know what they are now. No, I'm not afraid. Rays, glorious, coming down, closer. Soon they'll be touching me, covering me. Glorious rays. In my dream, I'm seeing rays of the cosmos. Wonderful dream. wonderful. Wonderful. So bright, shining, glittering, sparkling, glittering around me, covering. I feel I want to go into them. Yes, follow the path of them, path of the rays. Let myself go up into them. Let them take me up into... No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Hey, but I wanted to know. These rays over me, if they are cosmic. Yes, I wanted to know. Always I wanted to know. In the dream. Where they come from. What's beyond them. I will know. I've got to go up into them. Follow them. They'll carry me. Take me to where... They're lifting me. Lifting me. Higher. Higher. The hill. Gone. Moving so quickly I can't see. I can't breathe. Anna, stop. I'm afraid. Faster. Stars, galaxies, universe, gone. Faster. Higher. Where? Flaring light around me. Where are they taking me? Yes, I hear. But what?
Unending stream of power, driving across eternal space, bringing our universe what may be the very source of life.
Yes, I said.
Can it be that these cosmic radiations are a direct expression of that divine, eternal thought?
Divine, eternal thought? I remember. I said... Oh, but can it be? Can it be? Brighter and brighter. My eyes. I see again. What? Yes, I was right. It was the truth. The truth.
Father died peacefully in his sleep.
And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the universe of the uncanny. We live on such a tiny surface of space and time and try so hard to shut out the mass that lies beyond. But when the whispers die out and the echoes cease,
a force still fills the void that remains. Evil spirits, malignant and destructive, waiting in limbo to be summoned by the foolhardy. In our tale, a young and talented student of the Talmud turns to a secret body of occult doctrine, the Kabbalah, to conquer death itself.
Simon, why do you punish yourself so?
To reach an exalted state. I wish to attain the possession of a clear and sparkling diamond and melt it down in tears, then inhale its essence into my soul. I want to attain the rays of the third planet of beauty. I want 2 barrels of golden pieces for him who can only count in gold.
Please, Simon, my father is not greedy. He only wants a bright future for me.
And your bright future is paved with gold.
Be careful, my son. You are on a slippery road. No holy powers will help you achieve what you want.
If the holy powers will not, then I must...
Don't say it, Simon. You terrify me.
Then I must find my way along another path.
Our mystery drama, The Demon Spirit, was especially adapted from the classic S. Ansky play, The Dybbuk, for the Mystery Theater by Milt Wissoff, and stars Norman Rose and Mason Adams. Black magic is rooted in the darkest corners of our mind and emerges only when we feel the insatiable need for power, money, love, any desire that becomes obsessive when withheld. It has always been so. Man has invoked the aid of spirits since he first evolved. What could be more natural for primitive man than the urge to call upon the supernatural when confronted with the sinister demons of wind, fire, and water? Civilization has only spread a thin veneer over this ancient instinct, a veneer that vanishes completely in our tale concerning a young theological student, pure of spirit, who invokes terrible forces in his quest for love.
It's Simon, Rabbi. I've returned. May I come in?
Simon. Oh, come in, my son. Come in. So you've finally come back. You look so pale and drawn.
I've had a long, hard trip.
Why did you stay away so long? It's been almost a year. We missed you.
Yes, you mean you missed me.
That's not true. Many regard you highly.
But not enough to consider me as a prospective son-in-law.
But Leah thinks well of you.
Not enough to oppose her father's wishes.
There are traditions, Simon. A daughter must obey her father.
Well, it's time we change them.
Look, Simon, Sender is no monster. He merely wants what he thinks is best for his daughter. Come, Simon, let's talk about you.
There's not much to say.
You're a fool. A bright, intelligent, scholarly fool. Your brilliance was the talk of the community, and then you disappeared. Where did you vanish to?
At first, I just wandered aimlessly, and then one day I heard about this small village where a great scholar and wonder worker lives. A man so steeped in the ritual and lore that he can make miracles.
And did you find him?
Yes, Reb Meyer. I found him after months of wandering.
Is he truly a worker of miracles?
Even more wondrous than I had heard.
Is your wonder worker a student of the Kabbalah?
A master of it. He taught me that man can develop the divine spark within him until he masters the entire universe and all its forces.
You're meddling with something beyond you, Simon. It shows in your fevered eyes, your gauntness. Don't dwell too deeply on these mysteries.
Why not? The Kabbalah tears your soul away from the limits of the earth and lifts you to paradise.
Remember, only 4 wise men succeeded. Only one went in and came out again unscathed. One died, one went mad, and one lost his faith.
I'm not frightened. They may have failed because they entered paradise for the wrong reason. I want to offer myself as a sacrifice, like the great one who succeeded.
But how can you compare yourself?
I make none. I will follow my own road.
Good morning. It's Leah.
Oh, come in, my child. how nice to see you.
I'm not disturbing you, am I?
Not at all. You remember Simon?
Oh, well, of course I do. You've been away, Simon.
Then you noticed.
We missed you, even though you left without a word.
There was nothing more to say.
Redmire, you promised to show me the embroidered curtains of the Ark.
And so I shall.
Aren't you afraid to be in the temple so late at night?
No, not afraid. Sad and touched. The walls look as if they'd been wept over. I wish I could put my arms around this ancient tear-stained wall and never leave.
Tears are everywhere, Leia, not just here.
And happiness, too. How does our Simon seem to you after his long absence?
Pale. Have you been ill?
Yes, but not of the body.
But why do you punish yourself so?
To reach an exalted state. I wish to attain the possession of a clear and sparkling diamond and melt it in my tears. Then inhale its essence into my soul. I want to attain the rays of the third planet of beauty. I want 2 barrels of golden pieces for him who can only count in gold.
Please, Simon. My father's not a greedy man. He only wants a bright future for me.
And your bright future is paved with gold.
Be careful, my son. You're on a slippery road. No holy powers will help you achieve what you want.
And if the holy powers will not, then I must...
Don't say it, Simon. You terrify me.
And I must find my way along another path.
Redmire! Ah, good day to you, Sender. What brings you to the marketplace? Don't you trust your servants?
I was looking for you. I'm bursting with good news.
Yes, I know.
How could you? I've just...
In a closed community, nothing stays secret very long. Congratulations. Who is this paragon you've betrothed your daughter to?
A fine young man, completely worthy of becoming part of my family.
I was curious. Tell me, why did you stand in the way of Simon?
Simon, but he's only a poor student. How would he fit?
With the rich house of Sender? He loves Leia, and I'm sure that she loves him.
She will love her bridegroom as well, I assure you.
How can you guarantee what you cannot control? A heart is not a machine.
I know my daughter. Redmire, I would like to talk to you about the arrangements for the wedding.
No, not here, Sender. Here one buys food and drink, not a life. Come to the temple, and we will talk. Simon, I have some food for you. And some news.
Redmire, I'm not hungry.
I'm afraid the news I have for you will
not news to me. I was there with you at the market. I was there in spirit. I heard everything.
Redmire! Lord's name, open the door!
Let her in, Simon, before she tears the walls down.
Help me with your prayers. Intercede for my daughter, the forlorn widow who is at death's door. Please, I beseech you, help me.
We will pray and hope for the best.
No, I need more than hope. I need help.
And you shall have it.
No, please, don't interfere, Simon.
I must. Now, take this diagram I've drawn, mark it out around your daughter's bed, the circle completely around, and the 6-pointed star with a point toward her head. Slaughter a young fowl and touch her forehead with its freshly drawn blood.
Stop that, I forbid this.
What am I to do?
He offers hope. I give you your daughter's life.
Give me the diagram, Simon, and I will follow you, and God bless you.
Simon, I asked you not to interfere. You have gone too far.
Far enough. I still have a long way to go. But I am drawing nearer all the time. Watch, Redmire. This is the Lord of the gods, Lord of the universe, he whom the winds fear. Thee I invoke, the bornless one, thee that didst create the earth and the heavens, the night and the day. Thou art the truth and matter. Into the magic circle, power the hazel wand. Shroud me with a cloak of darkness. Simon, come back before it is too late.
He has covered me with a raven's wings. He has whispered the unnameable to me. I am master of many arts and skills.
The black arts.
No, Rabbi. When the curtain parts, all is visible, black and white alike.
No, Simon. It is time to sleep now. I am tired. You must go now.
I'm no longer welcome here.
You are to me, my son, but not to this temple. Go now.
I'm here, Reb Meyer, to discuss the arrangement.
Sender, you are certain that you want to go through with the marriage?
As certain as I've been of anything in my life.
Sender, I have something to show you. Look at this object in my hand.
Why, it's a golden amulet.
Don't you recognize it?
It looks like the one I presented to you on your birthday. But it cannot be.
Why not?
Because that was not gold, Reb Meyer.
But it is the same amulet, Sender. Sender, I have worked a miracle. Something many men have tried to do all of their lives. I have turned base metal into gold.
I don't believe it.
But it's true. Give me any object and I will convert it to gold for you. Think of it. I can make you rich beyond your wildest dreams.
I couldn't allow you.
Please, Sender, take my offer. Please. All I want is Leah's hand in return.
Impossible. I have given my word.
Weigh your word against gold,
No,
Sender.
I must weigh it against my daughter's happiness. And that is my concern above all. Thank you, Simon. I bear you no ill feelings, but my daughter will be married as soon as Reb Meyer can make the arrangements.
How can that be, Reb Meyer? I've done everything. The fasting. I've worked with the word, the spells, the symbols, all in vain.
What will be, Simon. Stay with me now.
But what remains for me? What is there I can still do? Black Rider, fling back your hood. Demon and Master, show me the way. I see. Thank you, the secret is revealed. I see you now. I see him, and I see...
Oh, Simon, what is it?
I have won. Ramaya, I have won. The bride is mine.
It is said there are 4 indispensable conditions to knowledge and power in the black arts: an intelligence illuminated by study, an intrepidity which nothing can check, a will which nothing can break, and a steadfastness nothing can corrupt. Simon, it seems, was master of all. Will he then prevail even after death? We shall know more when I return shortly with Act 2. How can we explain the strength of superstition? Shall we ascribe it to the primitive, the ignorant? Then how can we explain the fact that British witch covens celebrated All Hallows Eve before tremendous crowds with rites involving the magic circle, the magic knife, weird incantations, and all the other trappings of the occult? Many believe the origin and development of superstition are rooted in fact, that it exists and makes itself known to us. Perhaps we can shed some light on the subject.
Red Meyer, it's so hard for me to believe that he's gone.
He is, my child. He's buried there. Poor Simon. Everything he did with such intensity. He studied longer, prayed harder than any of my pupils.
And his love?
Was deeper than most. He died for it.
I had a dream that I was wandering in the meadow when a storm arose, and I hid in a small hut until the rain stopped. It was very early morning, and the vapors rose over the fields. And as they swirled, they took shape. Redmeyer, it was Simon that appeared in my dream. He called to me, but I couldn't hear. And then he beckoned to me to follow him. But when I did, I awoke.
It was a dream.
Nothing more.
We must leave here at once.
Answer me, Redmeyer. Is Simon stronger than death? Is he still here?
No, Leah. He is dead. You must remember that. He is dead and he will never come to life again. And you must live, my child. You must live with the living. Come now, let us go.
I thought I heard him so clearly.
We'll meet again, my bride, my beautiful Leah. No one can take you from me now.
I'm so happy you could come, Redmeyer. This would be no wedding without you.
How could I miss such an event?
Did you happen to meet the groom's party? They should have been here by now.
The bridegroom will arrive on time. That's not what you need worry about.
What do you mean?
Nothing, Sandor. I meant nothing. Return to your festivities.
So I shall. Everyone into the house. There are silver coins waiting for all of you there. Redmeyer, please stay with Leah until I return.
I will be here. Leah, child, you're white as a sheet. Did they tire you with the dancing?
Well, it was all so violent. My head swam. I grew faint, and then someone lifted me high in the air and carried me far, far away.
Perhaps you should rest a while. I'll wait outside.
No, Redmeyer. Stay.
Don't think about demons and evil spirits. Go, Leah. Change your dress. The dancers have stained it. Freshen your beauty and prepare to meet your bridegroom.
No, not yet. Will you come with me in the cemetery?
Why?
To visit my mother. She died when I was still so young. I want to invite her to join my father in leading me to the wedding canopy. And afterward, she will dance with me.
No, Leah, I forbid it.
But it's the custom, Redmeyer.
Customs are not rigid, my child. You will not dwell with the dead, but with the living.
Then I will invite her from here. Beloved mother, I invite you to my wedding. Come and stand near me under the canopy. Who's there?
Your father, dear. May I come in?
Oh, Father, of course.
Why are you still sitting here, child?
Oh, I was just thinking. Grandmother says I must go to the graveyard.
You have my permission.
But Redmeyer says I should not go.
He's an old man, set in his ways. Go, child. Go to your mother and shed your tears.
May I invite her to the wedding?
Of course. And your grandfather as well.
And I would also like to invite someone who is not related.
It is forbidden. If you invite a stranger, the other dead may take offense.
He's not a stranger. In our house, he was like one of us.
I think I hear... Yes, it is the wedding party. Your bridegroom, Menashe, he's arrived at last.
But, Father, I want to...
Not now, Leah. I must meet the wedding party. Hello. Wait there. I'm coming. Welcome, Menashe. How was the trip?
Oh, we had a hard and bitter journey. We lost the road and wandered about the fields for a long time.
Menashe, you're shivering. Are you cold?
Yes, I felt this chill since I approached your town. Penetrates the marrow of my bones and fills me with an uncertain and unknown dread.
What is it you fear?
I don't know.
Come, let's have a drink on your safe arrival. It will warm you and drive away the demons. Who is it?
Open the door, Sender.
What is she? What's happened?
What is it, Redmeyer? It's Leah. Bring her in.
What?
Put her on the couch.
My baby. What has happened?
You can go now, all of you.
What is it, Redmeyer? My God, is she...
No. She's in a coma.
How still she is. How lovely.
How did this happen?
She went to the grave, despite my warning, and wept. And then suddenly she started to talk incoherently. No one could make out a word she was saying. And then she fainted.
Leia, do you hear me? Everything will be all right.
Who is this man?
This is Menashe, your bridegroom.
Oh, that's a lie. He's not my bridegroom, nor will he ever be.
My child. What has come over you?
I will not marry Menashe or any other man I do not choose.
Sleep now, Leia. Sleep and rest. We will talk about this in the morning.
But we were to be married at noon.
Yes. Is it wise to delay?
Not wise, perhaps, but necessary. If you value the life of your daughter.
Where is the physician?
He had to leave. There was no point in keeping him any longer. Did you do as I told you?
Yes, I summoned the wise man of Bratislav. He will come, but it will be days before he's here. Leia, how do you feel?
Tired. I'm so tired. Where am I?
Where you have always been. In your home.
Turn down the lights. My eyes. I've been in dark places so long.
You're back now. God be praised.
It was so cold where I've been.
You'll feel better now that you're with us again.
I feel nothing, Father. Empty. Everything is so empty. I must go back again.
Try to get out of bed, child.
I have no place here.
What's happening, Reb Meyer? A voice. Leia, open your eyes.
I cannot stay. I cannot stay.
Wake up, child. Listen to your father.
You are not my father. You are not any part of me. Burning sulfur. I am filled with the smell of burning.
Leia, in the name of God, Leia, come back.
If I do, it will not be in that name.
2 days, Red Meyer. 2 days she lies there. And still no sign of the wise man.
He will come, Sender. Be patient.
Be patient? How can I? She was all I lived for.
I have no patience either, Red Meyer. I love her so deeply. I cannot wait until we are man and wife.
But you hardly know her.
I know her as well as I have ever known anyone. She is dear to me. What more can I say?
Open the door, Menashe.
A good day to you, Reb Nissen.
And a good day to you, Reb Meyer.
Thank God you've come. We've waited so eagerly.
That's not an easy journey from Bratislav, you know.
You know. Can I offer you something?
No. I wish to examine your daughter first. Oh, poor child. She hardly seems more than that. How long has she had that mark on her cheek?
I have never noticed it.
It seems more like a shadow.
Yes. A dark shadow. I've seen it before. I will try to rouse her. God's world is great and holy. The holiest land is the land of Israel. In the land of Israel, the holiest city is Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the holiest place was the temple.
Unholy and sacrilegious. Evil is the whole.
Where have you come from, Spirit?
I have risen from repose to bring an end to all this.
Who are you?
I am Leia, daughter of Sender, beloved of Simon.
Beloved of Menashe.
Be quiet, Menashe. Do not interfere.
Rest easy, Spirit. Hear me out. At the edge of the world stands a tall mountain, and on the mountain lies a great rock, and from the rock flows a clear spring. At the other edge of the world is its heart, and it gazes at the cool spring, and cannot have its fill of looking, but it cannot take the slightest step toward the spring.
But I can't.
You are awake, my child.
Have I been sleeping?
Yes, you have for several days.
I feel so tired. I'm so tired.
Is she all right?
Yes, she sleeps naturally now.
Oh, thank you, Red. Listen.
When she awakes, can we have the wedding ceremony?
We must wait and see, Menashe.
No, Rebmeyer. We must not wait. We must try the wedding as soon as possible. There is no time to lose.
Help me, Father. I feel so weak.
Of course, my darling. I should have known. Here, take my arm.
Stand by me, Mother. It is such a difficult way for me.
She is here with you, as are all who love you. Friends, it's time for the ceremony. There's your Menashe. Look at him. So tall, so handsome.
Quicker, Father. We must hurry.
As we stand under this canopy...
I will not stand under it.
Come, closer, Leia.
No, I will not.
Send her, usher her under.
Ready the candles for the sleeping dead to wake till they are burnt down and spent. This is our final song until we return where we belong.
Be still, my child. In the name of the King, our Lord, be still.
Close the steps carefully, for this place is chosen ground. 7 times we turn around within the magic circle. 7 times we turn about.
Menashe, do you take this woman to be your wife?
With all my heart.
Leia, do you take this man for your husband?
Never!
Leia.
Never is not my bridegroom!
Rebmeyer, continue.
Never! Holy bridegroom, protect me! Holy bridegroom, save me from this. I call upon you. Save me!
Rebmeyer, pronounce them man and wife.
Rebmeyer, you will never pronounce them man and wife. They do not belong with each other.
Simon, is that you?
Aye. It is Simon Rebmeyer, come back for my destined bride, and I will never leave her again.
You must not do this, Simon.
Simon, what is happening here?
Yes, Simon, my greedy friend. Simon, you murderer. You killed me, but you could not kill our love.
Redniston, my daughter. She's gone mad.
No, Sender, not mad. She has been possessed by a Dybbuk. An evil spirit has control over her.
The belief in possession is an ancient one. From the earliest times, men have been fascinated with the possibility that our earthly shell can be taken over by an alien form. And the horror of it haunts us, even today. How does a body become possessed? And how can we exorcise it? We shall find out when I return shortly with Act 3. How did this act of possession begin? Certainly the setting of the Dybbuk was its basis. A closed world which, despite its proximity to the 20th century, had not as yet purged itself of faith in magic-making. A world heavily tarnished with superstition. And yet, it was a world pervaded by a mystic sense of the immediacy of God, of the miraculous, and the power of man. In such a world, the natural and the supernatural, the living and the dead, seem to flow across one another in a continual contact. A world where the daily routine of life absorbs and becomes a symbol of eternity.
Please, Redniston. I know you're tired, but my daughter lies in grave danger. Her soul is at stake.
I know. The misery and anguish of the world reach out to me. Every plea pierces me as a needle, and I have no more strength. I can go no further.
Rabbi, you cannot desert me in my hour of need. Help me. Save my child.
If I can. Now, the Dybbuk. You knew him well.
He ate at my house regularly until he left one day. When he returned to our town, he was meddling with the Kabbalah and came to grief.
By what powers?
They say by evil spirits.
Did you cause him pain or shame? Try Try to remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
All right. Bring in the girl.
Come in, Leah. Come in, my child. Don't you hear me? Come in.
I won't.
Leah, dearest, have pity. Don't shame me. Come in.
I want to obey, Father, but I cannot.
Maiden, I command you, come in and sit down.
Let me go. I refuse.
Dibuk, I command you to say, why did you enter the body of this maiden?
I am her destined bride.
Our holy Torah forbids the dead to abide among the living.
I am not dead.
You are departed from our world. You are forbidden to return until the great ram's horn is heard. Therefore, I command you to leave the body of this girl.
Reb, listen. I know how powerful you are, how invincible. I know that you can command the angels, but you cannot sway me.
Wandering soul, I feel great pity for you. I will try to release you from destroying angels, but you must leave the body of this girl.
I will not leave.
Dibuk, soul of one who left our world, I command you to leave this body, and in leaving not to harm her nor any other living creature. If you do not obey, I will proceed against you with anathema and excommunication, with all the powers of exorcism.
I do not fear your anathema, and I do not believe in your assurances.
In the name of Almighty God, I charge you for the last time. Go, or I will give you over into the hands of the destroying angel.
In the name of Almighty God, I have joined with my destined bride, and I will not part from her forever.
Sender, have white robes brought. Bring 7 ram's horns, 7 black candles, then take from the holy ark the 7 sacred scrolls.
Wait, Reverend, do you believe in justice?
In justice and in truth.
And I demand that Sender be brought before a rabbinical court. I demand a trial.
On what charges?
I charge Sender with spilling my blood. I am the son of Abraham ben Rivka. I bring charges of an obligation that Sender had to my father, which he did not fulfill.
In that case, I will postpone the exorcism until tomorrow noon. Sender, do you remember the Dibuk's father, Abraham?
But he's dead these many years.
Know then that you will be summoned to trial to answer his charges.
Heaven help me. What does he want of me? What should I do?
You must accept the summons.
I will do as you say.
Send for the bridegroom Menashe. He must be at the trial as well. When the Dibuk leaves, the marriage will take place.
Almighty God, help me to find peace.
Judges, sit beside me. We can begin the trial. I call upon Sender.
I am here, Reb Nissen.
Will you accept the verdict of this court?
Yes.
Will you carry out our decision?
I will.
Sender, Abraham claims that in your youth, you were students, that your souls were bound together in loyal friendship. You were both married in the same week, and each of you pledged that if his wife should conceive and bear a child, the one a boy, the other a girl, the children should wed.
Yes, it was so.
He died soon after, but you grew rich, and Abraham's son was poor. You turned your gaze from him and sought other matches for your daughter among families of wealth and station. Abraham saw how his son was plunged into despair and went wandering, seeking new ways. And the powers of blackness spread their nets for him and captured him. Sender, did you hear the charges? What do you have to say in your defense?
I have no words for my defense. None. But I beg my old comrade to spare my child.
For I did nothing out of ill will, I swear to you, Abraham. After you departed, I did not know what happened to your wife. She left our village for the home of her people. I never knew she had a son.
Abraham asks why, when his son was received into your home, sat at your table, you never inquired who he was.
I do not know. But I can swear I was always drawn to him.
Abraham declares that deep in your heart you recognize Simon. That is why you never asked who he was. You sought riches for your daughter, and in doing so, you thrust his son into the abyss.
I cannot say. I have no answer.
This tribunal has heard the arguments and now delivers its verdict. Sender, you are held guilty on the charges brought by Abraham. You will give half your wealth to the poor, and as long as you live, you will light a memorial candle on the anniversary of the death of Abraham and Simon, and recite the prayers for the dead as though they were your own children. Now, let us proceed with the marriage ceremony. Dibuk, in the name of this holy congregation and the great Sanhedrin of Jerusalem, I command you for the last time to depart.
I will not leave.
Members of the congregation, don your robes. Sender, distribute the 7 horns and the 7 scrolls.
Yes.
Stubborn spirit, since you are not humble unto our command, I give you over into the power of the higher spirits to expel you by force. Blow the ram's horns.
Let me go.
Do not drag me. I will not. I cannot leave.
Since the higher powers cannot conquer you, I will give you over into the middle powers that are neither good nor evil. Let them, by whatever cruel means at their disposal, tear you out. Sound the horns.
Angels and hosts, help me.
And I declare you excommunicated from all of Israel by the sentence of the angels, by the decree of the saints. We anathemize, cut off, and curse you. The Lord blot out his name under heaven and set him apart for destruction. Sound the horns.
I can struggle no more.
Do you submit?
I submit.
Do you promise of your own free will to depart and never return?
I promise. Recite the prayer of the dead for me. My appointed time runs out.
Say Kaddish for his soul.
Oh, Father, I'm so sad. Help me.
Do not be sad. Let your heart be light, and may holy cherubim cradle you in their wings.
Do you hear? They're going to dance around the holy grave so that my dead mother may rejoice.
Do not tremble, child. Do not be afraid. You are guarded by 60 giants with drawn swords. Our holy patriarchs protect you from evil.
Simon, I hear your voice, but I cannot see you.
A forbidden circle rings you round.
Your voice sounds as sweet as the weeping of a violin on a silent night. Oh, who are you?
I have forgotten. Only in your thoughts can I remember myself.
I remember now. My heart was drawn to you as a bright star. On silent nights, I have shed sweet tears. And always in my dreams I saw... Was it you?
It was.
Yes, I remember. Your hair was soft and it glistened as though with tears. Day and night I thought of you. Return to me, my bridegroom, my husband. I will carry you in death in my heart. And in my dreams we will rock our unborn babes. We will sew them clothes and sing them lullabies.
The wedding procession has started, Leia. We must go.
They come to lead me to the canopy with a stranger. Come to me, my bridegroom. Oh, I see you. A light upon the wall. The barrier is broken. Come to me.
I am coming.
A great light flows about me. I am joined with you, my destined bridegroom.
Too late. Blessed be the true judge. May their poor souls find rest.
And so the demon bridegroom and his bride are joined until the Great Awakening. A small gravestone marks the place where Leia, daughter of Sender, is interred. But none of the villagers in the closed world believe it is her final resting place. Steeped in superstition, they cast an eye over the shoulder when they pass the grave. I'll be back shortly. We scoff at the supernatural, but not in the dark, when strange sounds echo. And even the most rational of us find more and more natural what was once deemed the supernatural. Minds have been linked across great separations of space without visible means of contact. If mental telepathy and magic shapes exist, why not other forces still branded as the supernatural? Our cast included Norman Rose, Mason Adams, Marion Seldes, Nat Poland, Joe Silver, and Jack Grimes. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
Whenever you have occasion to send a card, remember a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. The Hallmark Charlotte Greenwood Show. And here she is, that lovable lady of stage, screen, and radio, Charlotte Greenwood.
Today we tell a story of three children who think they are too grown up to enjoy Halloween.
Well, I think you're all set for Halloween.
Oh, I got everything I can think of for the party. Favors, games, and decorations.
Hey, you certainly look beautiful.
Oh?
I wonder why I've never noticed it before, Mrs. Greenwood.
Well, you've never seen me standing next to a pumpkin before. And it isn't Mrs. Greenwood, it's Miss Greenwood. Oh, you're sorry.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Greenwood is brought to you this Sunday and every Sunday at this time by the makers of Hallmark greeting cards to remind you that whenever you want to remember someone, you'll find a Hallmark card that says just what you want to say the way you want to say it. So when you choose a card, look on the back for the 3 identifying words, a Hallmark card. Yes, don't forget, a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. And now to the little town of Lakeview, where Aunt Charlotte is raising the Barton children, little Robert and teenage Barbara and Jack. Aunt Charlotte is just getting off the train from Hollywood and can hardly wait to see the children. And as she scans the platform, she hears Barbara shout,
Oh, there she is. Aunt Charlotte. Aunt Charlotte.
Oh, Barbara. Oh, Robert, let me give you a good big hug.
Oh, gee, it's good to see you again. Oh, Aunt Charlotte, you look wonderful. So glamorous, exotic. And 20 years younger.
Oh, wait till the smoke from the train clears away. Where are Sylvester and Jack?
Sylvester's out doing the marketing, and Jack... Well, Jack left the house early this morning before your telegram came. Even before the rest of us got up.
Well, that doesn't sound like Jack.
Aunt Charlotte, I guess we better wait here till the porter brings your luggage. Tell us about Hollywood, Aunt Charlotte. I bet when you got off the train in Hollywood, you were completely surrounded by photographers.
How did you know?
Isn't it always like that?
No, the first trip I made to California, I was completely surrounded by Indians.
Is it hard work making a picture?
Oh, every day I was up at the studio at 6 a.m., then I had to wait for hours.
For the producer to get started with you?
No, for the makeup man to finish with me.
Oh.
Now, darlings, now tell me something about you.
Oh? There's nothing to tell.
Nothing?
Things have been very dull, very boring, and very monotonous.
Yeah. So? Oh, well, I see. Well, Barbara, that upsweep hairdo of yours, is that a way of relieving the monotony?
Oh, wearing my hair this way makes me look so grown-up and sophisticated. Not every girl could wear her hair this way.
No, if I wore my hair that high, I'd be a traffic hazard to airplanes. Now, what took Jack out of the house so early this morning?
I don't know. He's been acting so strange lately. He's almost never home, and he won't say what he's up to.
Have you asked him?
Yes, but I can't get a definite answer. Aunt Charlotte, are the men you know evasive or definite?
Both. I can't pin them down, and they don't pin me up. Children, I could hardly wait to get back to you, and isn't it exciting?
What, Aunt Charlotte?
It's Halloween.
Halloween. That's just for children.
Yeah, well, you can still count me in.
Well, perhaps you'll have a wonderful time this year, but I won't.
And I won't either. What about the Halloween party at the country club?
Everybody else is going, but me. I'm too young. I'm too young for anything.
That's a complaint that ends with you.
There are 2 reasons why I'm not going. 1, Mr. Taylor didn't ask me. And 2...
You're not going to ask him?
With your luggage, Miss Greenwood. Happy Halloween, Halloween.
What's happy about it? That's what I say.
Well, in spite of you 2 old people, this kid is going to have some fun.
Aunt Charlotte, look at your luggage upstairs. Hey, Sylvester, Aunt Charlotte,
Hello there, Miss Greenwood. Welcome home.
Oh, hello there, Sylvester. Oh, it's good to see you, Sylvester. Is Jack home yet?
Jack? No.
What is all this mystery?
No, Miss Greenwood, no.
Well, have you done anything about it?
Yes. I've been wondering.
That's nice.
You remember that girl Jack sort of took up with just before you left?
Oh, you mean that southern girl with the jewels and the poor little me?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, Jack's been acting pretty serious.
Oh, well, Sylvester, when a boy's 17, it's never any one interest for very long.
Love's very peculiar, Miss Greenwood. Hits some people one way, hits some another.
Miss me entirely.
Well, now, you see, with Jack, it's different again, Miss Greenwood. All he does is eat.
Eat?
Yeah, he's always munching on something. For dinner tonight, he wants rare hamburger with an egg on top, mashed potatoes, macaroni, chocolate pudding, lemon meringue pie, French pastry, and a big bowl of ice cream.
Does he eat the bowl, too? But, Sylvester, that doesn't sound like love. That sounds like a growing boy. But why does he leave so early in the morning?
I don't know.
Well, where does he go?
I don't know.
Well, why is he making the whole thing a big mystery?
Yes, he is, I know that much.
Oh, fine.
Well, I'd better get back to the kitchen in case Jack's especially hungry tonight.
Oh, Charlotte, I unpacked the things.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Oh, it is grand to be home again.
Yes? Oh, I should think it would be a lot more fun to be in Hollywood. Something exciting happens there all the time.
Oh, my last day in California was the most exciting of all.
Oh, what happened?
The sun came out.
Wish I were a movie star. Then Mickey Taylor would take notice of me.
Uh-oh.
I made over my blue evening dress just because he said he liked it. Does he care? And in the meantime, I'm not getting any younger, you know.
That's right, dear. An old high school alumnus like you, class of June 1945.
Well, let's face it, darling. It's a man's world. It was that way when I was a youngster, and I dare say that's the way it will always be.
Now, Barbara, Mickey's head may be temporarily turned by some young flirt, but he'll wake up. He'll realize he needs a woman like you who's been through life and seen things. Someone he can turn to for advice, a woman of maturity and judgment.
Well, wouldn't you think you'd know that by now? And invite me to the Halloween dance?
Well, you could go with someone else.
No. As long as Mickey hasn't asked me, I won't go at all. I'll just smile and hold my head up and pretend I don't care.
Now, Barbara, darling, sometimes out of pride, people shut doors that are open to them without knowing what's on the other side of that door. They say, I'll have this or I'll have nothing. And by that, they limit the happiness that would otherwise come to them.
Oh, Aunt Charlotte, if only Mickey weren't so wonderful. Every time I look at him, I simply melt.
I'd love to be melted down and rebuilt.
Oh, I'll go, Aunt Charlotte. Maybe it's Mickey. Maybe he's coming to ask me to the Halloween party. Maybe after all. Oh, it's Gertrude Gleason. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Greenwood. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I really... Oh, I am really... Someone invited me to the Halloween dance, and I mean, he's really someone. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's a flyer. I mean, he's an ace. He called me his king of hearts.
Oh, Gertrude. I knew an ace once.
Did he call you his king of hearts?
No, he's 10 of diamonds.
10 of diamonds? What's that?
Big casino.
Well, Gertrude, I'm glad you're not going to miss the Halloween party. But, Barbara, I haven't a thing to wear. And you said you weren't going to the party, and you're a blue dress. Well, when the costume will be peachy-weechy on me, I mean, it actually would look peachy-weechy.
What do you mean, peachy-weechy?
Ducky-wucky.
I see. That explains it.
All right. I'll let you wear my blue dress. What do I care about a silly, childish Halloween party? I'll get it for you, dear. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Oh, Miss Greenwood. Oh, Miss Greenwood. When we were in Hollywood, did you meet Van Dyson?
I met him at the Brown Derby, and he asked me for a date.
Yes, really?
Yes, he was writing a check, and he asked me to date.
Oh, Miss Greenwood, isn't it awful about Janet Gregory?
Huh.
Well, Jack perfectly promised to take her to the Halloween dance, and now he says he can't take her. And I mean, Janet's really broken-hearted. I mean, I think it's true the way Jack deserves Janet because of that Southern girl, Clarabelle. I mean, it really is. I mean, it is really.
But are you sure that's the reason?
Happened there, Charlotte.
Well, Robert, then we all went down to the swimming pool, and first I sat and dangled my toes at the shallow end, and then I went in wading.
You swam at the deep end?
That's where I was wading. No, now first you tell me about you, Robert. Now, how are you and arithmetic getting along?
Well, I'm beginning to catch on. Sometimes I even get the right answers.
Robert, I'm glad.
Yeah, Charlotte, it's super having you home again.
Oh, that's what I've been waiting to hear you say ever since I got back. All the time I was in Hollywood, I kept thinking of my best beau.
Me?
Mm-hmm. And it made me warm inside to know that when I got my job done that I was coming back as fast as I could to you and Jack and Barbara and home.
Home. That's kind of a funny word, isn't it, Aunt Charlotte?
A funny word, Robert?
Mm-hmm. Everything was just the same here while you were gone. The same chairs and the furniture and everything. But gosh, Aunt Charlotte, it didn't seem the same because you weren't here.
Why, Robert, that is the sweetest thing anyone ever said to me. But now I am home again, and it's Halloween. It's going to be Tuesday night.
Halloween will seem fun. Mayor Hamilton says he won't let us take so many windows, run along the streets and dump garbage cans or anything.
Well, fun is only fun when it's fun for everyone, not just you and your pals. We didn't soap windows last year, and we still managed to have a lot of fun. Don't blame Mayor Hamilton.
Well, when I grew up, I'm not going to vote for Mayor Hamilton.
Well, you've got quite a few years before that, Robert.
Charlotte, how long have you been voting?
Since they passed the women's suffrage amendment.
How old were you then?
I was.
You were what?
I was in favor of it.
That's Charlotte. Here's Jack.
Gosh, Aunt Charlotte. How's the number one down my hit parade?
Unlisted on everybody else's. Oh, Jack, darling, I've been longing to see you.
Why didn't you tell a fellow when you were coming? I'd have been down to the station with a brass band and a dozen roses.
I telegraphed that you left this morning before the wire came.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry, but...
Jack, what have you been eating? What is in that paper bag?
Bag? Oh, bananas.
Bananas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta go over to Randy's house and see if we can't pick up something to do for Halloween. Gosh, there's just nothing left for kids to do.
Nothing?
See you later, Aunt Charlotte.
Guess I better be going too, Aunt Charlotte.
But, Jack, wait a minute. Now, Gertrude Gleason told me that Janet Gregory is very disappointed that you aren't taking her to a Halloween party.
I can't take her, Aunt Charlotte. It's just that I feel different about things, that's all.
You do, Jack?
And it wouldn't be right to take her. I mean, it wouldn't be ethical. When you've given a promise to someone...
What sort of a promise, Jack?
Gee whiz, Aunt Charlotte, weren't you young once?
Yes, but once wasn't enough. Now, about that promise you made.
I'll get it, Miss Greenwood. Oh, I'm going anyway. I'll get it, Sylvester. Excuse me, Aunt Charlotte. So long.
Sylvester, how long has this mystery business been going on?
Dunno, Miss Greenwood. Dunno. Only began to notice a short time ago.
Well, Matilda Hamilton said a mother couldn't stay away from her children too long.
Don't know what to do, Miss Greenwood. Don't know.
Well, I know. As soon as Jack gets off that phone, I'm going to keep those wires hot myself. And Sylvester, we're going to have fun this Halloween if I have to ride a broomstick over the moon.
People neglect their friends on those occasions when they should remember them. You know, it isn't always a matter of thoughtlessness. For often people are shy about expressing themselves. Somehow they can't seem to find the words to interpret what's in their heart. Yet a card could speak for them so easily. And at your Hallmark dealers, there's always a card that says just what you want to say, just the way you want to say it. Is there someone you know who is ill, perhaps facing many months in the hospital? Among your dealer's fine selection of Hallmark cheer cards, you'll find a card to convey your own comforting get-well message, or choose a gay, humorous cheer card. A Hallmark wedding card can help you in wishing happiness to the bride. Your beautiful Hallmark card will bring your congratulations in perfect taste. And so it is with the best wishes you want to send on your friend's anniversary, or when a certain bundle from heaven arrives. Yes, whatever the occasion, you'll find an appropriate Hallmark card. Make your selection this week. Hallmark cards are on display at America's finest stores. Remember, a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. And now back to the Hallmark Charlotte Greenwood show. Aunt Charlotte has hurried home from Hollywood only to find all three children behaving strangely and not looking forward to a happy Halloween. It's late afternoon. Aunt Charlotte has just completed the last of a long series of telephone calls as Sylvester enters.
Miss Greenwood, here's Mrs. Hamilton to see you.
Oh, hello, Charlotte. Oh, my, I'm glad you phoned me. It's so good to have you home again.
Hello, Matilda. Well, I'm glad to see you. You know, I've got 1,000 things to ask you.
Now, first, let me look at you, Charlotte. My goodness, every time you go away, you come back a new woman.
Not you, just recap. Matilda, I want to talk to you about the children, about what's happened, and then about Halloween.
Well, now, before we go into all that, tell me something about Hollywood. My revenge is due the excitement. Those super colossal premieres they have out there. Thousands of fans lining the streets.
The first one I went to, a little boy rushed up to me.
To get your autograph?
No, he wanted to sit on my shoulder and watch. But tell me now about this Halloween business.
Well, the mayor is certainly trying to keep things under control. But some of the boys are already building bonfires, removing gates, and kicking coops.
Well, I know. Robert is unhappy, Barbara is confused, and Jack has turned himself into a walking mystery.
Charlotte. Hello, Mrs. Hamilton.
Well, hello, Robert.
What's the matter with kids anyway? Can't get a fella to leave the house. Not much of a Halloween. The mayor says we can't have any fun. The fellows are scared.
Well, the mayor didn't say we couldn't have any fun, Robert, did he, Matilda?
Well, of course not, Charlotte. He just wants them to be sensible.
Well, he won't let us have the kind of fun we want to.
Well, what's this about somebody being scared, Robert?
Oh, Randy's scared. He says there's a lot of goblins and witches flying around his window. He won't come out. I guess they could scare a fella if he was afraid.
Yes, Robert, fear of the unknown. Why, that's why our yesterdays never frighten us, but our tomorrows just scare us to death.
I'm just scared because I'm scared there isn't going to be any Halloween to scare a guy.
Charlotte, that's a lot of fear without any fright.
I know, and a lot of goblins without any Halloween. Well, if you'll excuse us, Matilda, Robert and I will get busy and scare up a few goblins.
Yeah, Charlotte. Are we going to have goblins here in the house?
Yes, and go and get the bait out of the car, son. There's corn stalks and pumpkins and costumes and a bushel of red apples. I'll help.
Okay, I have a few minutes, Charlotte. Can I do anything?
Well, tell Sylvester to drag that wash tub in here and fill it up with water.
Oh, boy. I bet you were going to buy for apples.
Well, Charlotte, I'll also dip some apples and put them on sticks. That is, if I can find anything that looks like a stick.
Don't look at me when you say that.
You all afternoon, but the line was busy.
I'm sorry, dear, but I was using the phone all afternoon.
And what have you done to the house? It looks like a barnyard.
Barbara, come here, will you, and hold this donkey while I pin it on the wall.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now, hold his fighting end steady, will you?
Oh, those ridiculous pumpkins grinning all over the room. What are you giving? A silly child's party?
Yes, Halloween is a wonderful night for grown-ups to be children and children to be silly. There. Now put that pumpkin with the biggest grin on it in the window.
What for? That pumpkin won't make anybody laugh.
Well, I haven't got time to sit in the window myself. Barbara, what is bothering you?
When I was helping Gertrude let out my blue dress, Janet phoned and said Mickey was at her house.
Yes, I spoke to Mickey and Janet on the phone.
Janet taking Mickey Taylor to the Halloween dance.
Are you quite sure she's taking him?
Here's the apple hat, Charlotte.
Oh, that's wonderful, Robert.
Here, Robert, I'll help you put them in that tub of water. I can do without splashing. Say, what's that purple stuff over your eyes, Barbara?
Men shouldn't pry into women's secrets, Robert. That is eyeshadow.
Gosh, her eyes look like mine did the time Jimmy Hines stopped me. But her hair sticks good for apple bobbing.
Oh, that's an upswept hairdo, son, and very fashionable.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Charlotte. Antoine says all the older young men like this sophisticated style.
Is Mickey one of the older young men, Barbara?
Hi, everybody. What's going on here?
Well, here's Jack the Banana King.
Can't a guy eat what he likes?
Well, I hope you like pumpkin pie, because we're going to have a lot of it.
What's all this mystery about anyway, Jack? Eating your head off morning, noon, and night.
Barbara, Jack will tell us when he wants to.
Charlotte, I like a woman who lets a man keep his independence.
I like a man to take away mine.
Now, Robert, let's challenge Barbara and Jack.
What else, Charlotte?
Bobbing for apples. I bet we can get bigger ones than they can.
I bet you can't.
But we can. I think it's silly.
Well, you didn't think it was silly last year when you caught more apples than anybody else, even the fellas.
Last year, I was a child.
Well, if that's what makes you a child, Barbara, here goes a babe in arms.
The big one, Charlotte, the big one. Hey, he got it.
Oh, well, not a very big one. I guess you'll have to save the day, Robert.
Here goes.
Hey, he's got one. Oh, good work, partner.
Wish it was bigger, Aunt Charlotte.
Let's show him up, Barbara. I'll go first.
He's got the winningest one in the set, Aunt Charlotte. He wins practically.
Wait a minute, Barbara. You see that whopper over there? Well, you better get it or we're sunk. Oh, she can't get that.
Oh, can I?
Okay, then stand back and give her plenty of room. If she gets that big one, she's a wonder.
Okay, watch.
Let it go, Barbara.
Hey, she's got her head into the water. Oh, boy, look. Barbara's hair's coming down.
Oh, so it is.
She's got it, the big one.
did we do? We won.
Oh, well, no wonder with a mermaid on your side.
Oh, gee, you practically dived in. I'll get her that doll. I'm not a mermaid. I'm a messin. $150 for that hairdo.
That mascara of yours wasn't waterproof, Doc. Here's a doll.
If that's Janet Gregory calling, I hope it isn't. Oh. Hello, Janet. Gee, I'm glad to see you.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jack. Oh, I'm glad you could come, Janet. Oh, I wanted to come. I didn't want to be alone. As if you ever could be.
Mickey, dear. Mickey Taylor. But you're... Honey. How do you do, Mr. Taylor? And Miss Gregory.
Thank you for coming, Mickey.
Oh, thank you, Miss Greenwood. Hiya, Barbara. Say, what have you done to make yourself beautiful again?
Beautiful? Oh, I'm a wreck and you know it.
The kind of a wreck that makes every man want to be a sailor. Mickey means that your hair isn't tied up in a doorknob.
Well, every girl looks prettier with her hair falling over her shoulders, doesn't she, Miss Greenwood?
With me, the longer my hair is, the further it falls. And the more it covers, the better I look.
Well, I don't know how to say it, Barbara, but in the last couple of weeks you sort of... Well, you were different.
Mickey's trying to tell you, Barbara, that he likes you windblown, natural, fresh, 18. You were selling out Nature's $1 million job for $3.50. Anybody want a bargain for $1.98?
Charlotte, nobody's going to steal us.
Sylvester has everything ready. I'll get it. Janet, light the candles on the table, and Jack, will you push back those chairs, and Barbara and Mickey bring on the refreshments.
Oh, here's Randy. His mother says thanks for looking after him.
Oh, hello, Randy. You're just in time to grab a big prize out of that box.
Miss Greenwood, I saw them. I saw them all around the house. Goblins and witches and everything bad.
Oh, I understand, Randy. Now, do you think if I introduced you to a real nice goblin that you'd be afraid of him?
There aren't any nice goblins. They're all out to steal you. They like to scare you.
You come over here, dear. Now, close your eyes. Now, you let me put this costume on you.
I'm not afraid of you, Miss Greenwood.
No,
Quiet. Girls are scared of everything, aren't they? The fellas aren't afraid of anything.
Well, I've met a lot of them that were afraid of an altar. Now, Randy, hold out your arms, darling, while I put this over your shoulders. That's a boy. There. Now, what do you think you look like?
I don't know what I look like, but I feel like me. You don't look like you.
You really feel like you, Randy? Then I want you to look at yourself in this mirror.
See? I look like a goblin.
Yeah. What's inside that goblin costume? White?
Miss Greenwood.
Uh-huh. And that's all that's inside of any goblin. A little boy like you, Randy, because you put him there. That's all goblins are, something we think up, something we imagine. We make them good and we make them bad, because they only exist in our imagination. Most of us imagine all the things we're afraid of. All the goblins in the world aren't strong enough to stand up under one ray of light.
Janeway for the east.
Come on, everybody, pile in. Jack, there's a stalk of bananas for you, boys.
Oh, I guess I'd better concentrate on the donuts. They're fattening.
Jack, will you go upstairs and weigh yourself?
Weigh myself? What for, Aunt Charlotte?
I have a hunch. Run along.
Okay.
Oh, gee, I'm glad I didn't go to the country club, Dad. This was a lot more fun. Oh, have some more cider, Mickey?
Oh, I could go for another donut, too.
How about you, Janet? I'll go for more of everything.
Ooh! Help yourself.
I guess those scales are right, Aunt Charlotte. I weigh exactly 135 pounds.
How much did you weigh before you went on this heavy diet?
Gosh, exactly 135 pounds. And I've been stuffing myself for 3 weeks.
Jack, was that because you were afraid you couldn't make the football team?
Well, I figured out if I weighed a little bit more and I was pretty husky, the coach would give me a chance.
To be a shining star, a big hero?
Gosh, everybody likes to be a hero.
And like Barbara, like Randy, like Robert, you've been afraid. You were afraid, Jack, to let anyone know what you were doing. Because if you failed, you were afraid to let anyone know you were trying. Everybody would have helped you, but you were afraid to ask.
Oh, I wasn't afraid of anything, Aunt Charlotte.
Yes, you were, dear. You were afraid of the most precious thing a girl can have, your youth. You tried to be somebody else, and as a result, you weren't really anybody. And you, Robert, You were afraid that there wouldn't be any fun for Halloween.
But it has been fun, Aunt Charlotte.
So how's Miss Greenwood?
Your fears were the only ghosts and goblins of Halloween.
Miss Greenwood, here's a witch's costume. Kind of scary.
Oh, Aunt Charlotte, you couldn't be a witch.
No, then how come they offered me a job as test pilot in the broom factory?
Will be back in a moment. Meanwhile, I want to remind you again, the next time you buy a card for any occasion, look on the back for the identifying word, a Hallmark card. Hallmark. A Hallmark card. Like sterling on silver, those three words are your assurance of finest quality. They tell your friends you've cared enough to send the very best. Yes, a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. And now, Charlotte Greenwood.
Friends, I know a busy mother with 1,000 daily cares who will say each time I meet her, "Oh, I've found some more gray hairs. It's the housework and the children that are turning my hair gray. All these problems and this pressure are just wearing me away." And I wonder, as I listen, while she frets about her curls, if she's ever looked at diamonds or admired the glow of pearls. For an oyster has a problem when some sand gets in its shell, but it covers it with beauty, and it makes a pearl as well. And a worthless lump of carbon hidden deep beneath the earth changes form because of pressure, and a diamond given birth. Without problems, without pressure, they'd have both been sand or coal. Let's be thankful that our problems help to make a lovely soul. And now, until next Sunday at the very same time, this is Charlotte Greenwood saying, so long, friends, until we meet again. So long, neighbor, till next Sunday on your face. So long.
The Hallmark Charlotte Greenwood Show came to you from Hollywood. This is Wendell Niles speaking. And the masters played by Ian Wolf. The Martin children, Barbara, Robert, and Jack were played by Barbara Eiler, Bobby Larson, and Edward Ryan.
Quiet, please. The Mutual Broadcasting System presents Quiet, Please, which is written and directed by Willis Cooper and which features Ernest Chappell. Quiet, Please for tonight is called Clarissa.
No. He was dead before the fire started. I've told you that a dozen times. No, I can't prove it, of course not. You just have to believe me. Take my word for it. I can't prove he was dead. You can't prove he wasn't. And anyway, what difference does it make? Now, I'm sorry. I can't hear you very well. Yes. Well, all right. It was an old black shell of a house. A house that has lived too long. A house where the floors groaned in pain at night, where the windows shuddered at the gentlest touch of the wind. Where door latches suddenly gave up their grip and let the night come snipping into the house to paw at your eyes and wake you to the other silences that lay around you. It was never warm there. In the winter, old Heinz kept the fire going in the fireplace in the old sitting room, but the logs were scrawny and the draft was bad. And the flames seemed to grudge us their warmth so that we shivered all through the day. We're glad when night came and we could escape to the meager comfort of the drafty bedrooms. And in the summer, there was a dampness about the place. An unhealthy clamminess drifted from the walls and stirred uneasily among the ancient smells of decay that clung to the place. Well, I suppose you could call old Heinz a character. You said you didn't know him? An immigrant from the Rhineland sometime in the early 70s. That would make him, let me see, how old?
Ich war im Rheinland geboren, in der Jahrzeit 1862.
That's right, 1862. He was an old man, but he never appeared old. You might have taken him for a vigorous man of 60. His hair and his scraggly mustache were jet black. I suspect he dyed them regularly. And his blue eyes seemed as keen as those of a boy of 18. And he'd never been away from the house for a single night, he used to say, from the day he bought it and moved into it in 1888. And it was an old house then. Yes, I spent some very dreary days and nights in that house. What? I couldn't afford a better place to live. No, people don't go to live in a haunted house if they can find another place, you know. Oh, yes, of course, I'd heard it was haunted before I went there to live. Do you believe in haunted houses? No. Neither did I, of course. Well, I agree, it did look like a haunted house. I've told you about the sounds in the night. I've told you about some of the sounds in the night. Yes, of course, there were other sounds. Well, please, let me tell it my own way. Well, Clarissa, for instance. Clarissa in particular. Clarissa above everything else. I had lived there nearly a year. Heinz and I sat that first night alongside the fireplace. I remember he'd asked me to share a bottle of Ben Custer Doctor with him. We sat in front of the stingy little fire. There was a kerosene lamp on the table, and Heinz in his old black coat with the sleeves that were too short.
You like the wine then, Jesse?
Yeah, very much. Very much.
I have not much left. This is from before the war when it was easier to get, you see, but now, well, it is almost their last.
You shouldn't be so generous with it, Heinz.
Oh, no. Good wine always schmeckt besser than with a friend you drink it, nicht wahr? A little more?
Not for a moment, thanks.
Yes, to sit by the fire and look down into the coals and see images of the scenes past, and drink wine and see the images grow clearer. It is good in the old age.
You've lived here alone for a long time?
Yeah, for a long time. Long time. I'm used to it. Used to the nights and the little fire and the silences.
Yes.
It is cold for this time of the year.
Listen.
What's the rose?
Oh, I thought I heard someone singing.
So?
Did you hear anything?
It is Clarissa.
What did you say?
Clarissa, my daughter.
Well, I didn't know you had a daughter, Heinz.
Yes. Is some more wine?
No, thanks. I haven't seen her around.
No.
Well, is she... Excuse me, Heinz.
You will forgive me, Jesse. She's a child. I do not wish you to be bothered.
Why, she wouldn't bother me, Heinz. I like children.
There's enough left here in the bottle for one more for each of us, huh?
Thank you, Heinz.
Yes. Schlaf wohl.
And I lamp in one hand and casting fabulous shadows on the peeling wallpaper. Seeing the ancient plush-covered rocking chair nodding away at me as I entered the room, as if a startled occupant had suddenly deserted it at the sound of my footsteps on the stairs. And the cold spring rain drenching the window panes, and the murmured complaints of the beams and rafters of the old house. The pleasant, musty fumes of the wine I had drunk kept sleep away for a while when I'd blown out the lamp. The melody of that children's song flowed again across my mind as I lay there. My thoughts wandered to the lonely child that dwelt in the haunted house with the old man and the new-come student. I smiled to myself as I thought, now that settles the question of the house being haunted, doesn't it? People have heard the little girl singing to herself in the night. They've not known that a little girl lived here, too. Well, that's the ghost. And I smiled again at superstitions. And another idle thought struck me. I wondered at the child's age. 10 or 12 years old by the sound of her voice. And somewhere in the back of my drowsy mind, I seem to remember that Heinz had told me when his wife had died. Well, was it the year of the San Francisco earthquake? Well, that would be 1906. That would be 42 years ago. And this was a child of 10 or 12. I must have been mistaken. I was very sleepy. The wine, the rain, the dark. Well, you wanted the whole story. I'm telling it to you. In the morning, Heinz was working in his garden, and the early sun made the old house seem a little more cheerful, a little more livable. There was a tinge of green through the gray of the fields that surround the house, and Heinz told me he'd seen a robin. I stood and watched him a long time, and I don't think he noticed how my eyes wandered to the windows of the old house, searching for a flash of color that might be a child's hair ribbon, or how I listened for the sound of a young voice singing a little song the children who danced so long ago on the bridges of Avignon. I didn't even notice that I was humming a song under my breath.
Clarissa song, eh?
What? Oh.
Well, that's Clarissa's song.
That kid used to sing it when I was young.
Yeah, my wife is French. She taught the song to Clarissa.
Oh?
Yeah, it is an old song.
How old is your daughter, Heinz? How old?
Oh, she's young.
Is she pretty?
Oh, yeah. Your breakfast?
Coffee. I found it on the stove.
Clarissa made it.
Oh, did she?
You'd better go to work now,
Yes, I suppose so. You don't need to keep the little girl out of sight on my account, Heinz. I like children.
Oh, she bothered you.
Oh, no, I've got a little sister back home.
Oh, yeah?
Miriam. She's 11.
Clarissa is older.
Oh? Miriam's got bright yellow hair.
Clarissa has dark hair.
Yeah, I got a picture of her here.
Oh. She's very pretty. I have no picture of Clarissa.
No, that's too bad.
I'll see you tonight, huh?
Yes? Yeah, sure, Heinz. I should have let the thing drop then and there. If the old man felt that children should be kept away from adults, that was his privilege, of course. And although I was often lonely for other company than the old man, I was a dweller in his house, naturally subject to his wishes. My work? No, I never left the place. My book? Oh, I was writing a book. No, not very exciting. Mathematics. I have some theories. No, the book is gone. I'd stay in my room day and night with my slide rules and my profile paper and my broken flower pot full of sharpened pencils. I was not to be disturbed. But how many times I wished for the happy sound of my little sister Miriam's gay laughter. Found myself listening for the lilt of a little girl song that she used to sing, and that Clarissa knew too. Heinz mentioned Clarissa occasionally.
I sometimes wish that I could have sent Clarissa to school, Jesse.
Well, it's too bad you didn't.
Always there was never enough money.
Why, there are schools. Public schools, Heinz.
No, not for Clarissa. It's free schools.
You know, I wonder.
Wonder?
Well, children are supposed to go to school. I'm surprised that the school authorities haven't been to see about sending her.
The police?
Oh, no, not the police. But there are laws about schools. I mean, you might find yourself in trouble if they discover you have a daughter of school age.
They will come here.
Well, if they find out.
Jesse, you will not tell.
Now, look here, Heinz. You're not being fair to the child.
Yes.
No, really, I mean it. Hasn't she ever been to school?
Well, I teach her a little.
Well, Heinz, it's none of my business. But you're doing her a very serious harm.
No. Listen, Jesse. You don't tell anybody about her.
Well, I don't know, Heinz. If they come and ask me...
Jesse, listen. I tell you something.
Well?
Clarissa can't go to school.
Well, why not? I told you it doesn't cost anything.
It is not that.
Well, then?
She's not well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Heinz. Look, would you like it if I gave her a little of my time and taught her some of the elementary...
No, please, don't.
Well, I'd be glad to.
No.
Well, have it your way, Heinz. I don't mean to intrude on your affairs, but after all, a child...
I'm sorry, Jesse. I thank you, but no.
All right. Forget it. But I couldn't forget it. A kindly old man. Yes, he was kindly. And a sick child who had never seen the inside of a schoolroom, who was growing up to become... what? In an ancient, moldering house, a house that had lived too long, alone with a father born 86 years ago. Alone at night in the darkness with the house grumbling and complaining around me. I thought about the plight of the child. Sometimes I could hear her song far away somewhere in the dank recesses of that crumbling house. And my thoughts revolved again about this mystery. Heinz said she was not well. Heinz would not allow her to appear. Was Clarissa some misshapen monster child that she must be pent up and never see the sun? Was she... I detest mysteries of that kind. I love the good, clean mysteries of abscissa and ordinate, the logarithm and antilogarithm, of the calculus and the grand old theorems devised by the ancients. But the fascinating mysteries of the human mind and of human behavior are alien to me. Them I hate. And my thoughts crept further and further away from the 10 numbers as doubt and speculation about the child laid hold of my mind. In the night, how often I heard her sobs, I thought, sometimes close outside my door. And yet when I opened the door, there was nothing. And old Heinz grew more and more taciturn. He never spoke of his daughter. He seemed to avoid me by day and to disappear by night. But the summer came then, and the fall, and winter. My book was going badly, and my thoughts wandered. I must leave this place, I thought, or find out this mystery. And again I asked the old man if there was not something I might do for this pathetic child, this invisible, haunting voice.
No, Jesse. There is nothing you could do.
But Christmas is coming, Heinz. What can I get her for Christmas?
No, why not, Jesse?
What?
My Helene. She died on the eve of Christmas.
Well, but Heinz, you owe it to the child.
No. Let us not speak of it again.
But to me, the thought of Christmas passing by this child was unspeakable. I determined that if the old man would do nothing about it, I would. You know, I had little money, and there was so little I could do. But I did come into the town here, and I found a toy for her. I found one I could afford. A little woolly lamb. A little woolly white lamb with black buttons for eyes and a blue silk ribbon about its neck and a gay little blue flower in its mouth. I hung a little card about its neck that said, Merry Christmas to Clarissa. And on Christmas Eve, Heinz and I shared the last bottle of Ben Costler Doctor before the miserly little fire. And I gave him one of the handkerchiefs my little sister Miriam had sent me, and he gave me an old stone Krug with a heavy pewter top that he said came from Heidelberg. And we regretted that there was no creamy Pilsner Urquell to drink from it. Wished each other a happy Christmas. And then, in the night, I was awakened by a tiny sound. And I lay awake silently for a moment. And there was another sound. A hesitant little footstep. And a rustling at the dresser across the room from me. And I lay quietly and listened. Is that you, Clarissa? Is that you, Clarissa? Do you like it? Good. Happy Christmas. I'm sorry, that's all I could get you. But I hope you like it. And I felt the touch of a tiny hand on my shoulder. And lips brushed my cheek. And the door closed. And the sound of her voice in the little song was happier now than I'd ever heard it. And so I knew at last that Clarissa was not a ghost, but a living person. And I felt more at peace with myself as I realized that this was what had been plucking at the corners of my mind. And I was happy now that I knew she really lived, that I was not living in the midst of fantasy. I had wondered what Heinz would say. He was perfectly natural about it.
It was good of you, Jesse.
Good? What?
To find a gift for Clarissa.
Oh, did you like it?
Ah.
Well, I'm glad.
She asked me to say Dankeschön to you.
Then I say Bitteschön.
It is good. You're a kind person, Jesse.
I wish it could have been more.
Oh, it is a very rich gift. Never has she had such a thing.
Is she going to have Christmas dinner with us, Heinz?
No.
So, I had won a little victory in this conflict with the darkness. But I was to go no further. I asked Heinz about her. Heinz answered shortly. I suggested that a birthday gift might be in order if I only knew her birthday. I proposed writing to my own sister and begging her for outworn storybooks that Clarissa might read, even if she must stay aloof from the rest of the house. Heinz did not reply. Everything was as it had always been, so long as the name of Clarissa was not mentioned. But when it came in the late spring, when it was cold and windy again, and the raw snow pelted against the windows and the whole house shivered, I heard her crying again in the night. And there was a quality in her voice this time that brought me out of the bed and into the hall. I called in alarm. Clarissa! Something's wrong, she's sick.
No, go back by your room, Jesse.
Oh, but Heinz.
Don't beat this, Jesse. Go back.
Now, Heinz, listen to me. Something's awfully wrong with that child, and
I will take care of her, Jesse.
Please, Heinz.
In your room.
Now, see, here,
I take care of my own men, huh? Heinz.
I reached for the door at once, but it was locked from the outside. And I beat on it and stormed at it in the cold. But for once it held. I screamed at the father, threatening every kind of vengeance on him, till at last I suddenly realized that I was being hysterically silly. In the silence, I could hear nothing but the moan of the wind around the rusty cornices of the house and the hiss of snowflakes against the window. I sat down, shaken, bitter at myself for giving way to such an outburst over a child crying in the night. And at last I lay down again. And in the frosty silence of the early dawn, I fell asleep. And when I awoke, hours later, and found my door unlocked again, Heinz was not to be found. Not that day, nor the next. I tramped through the house, opening doors, calling him, calling Clarissa. There was not a sound to answer me. I found a little wood and made a miserable fire. I suppose I ate. I don't remember any too well. And at night I went to bed to lie shivering for hours, straining my ears for a sound. The sound of a child's song. The sound of a father's footstep in the cold darkness. And it was morning, nearly morning. Gray fingers of morning plucking at the frost-rimed windows. And I awoke to see Heinz standing beside my bed. In the 2 days, he seemed to have aged 20 years. He was an old, old man. He spoke to me.
Jesse, my friend.
What's the matter, Heinz?
No much matter, Jesse. I am dying.
Heinz!
It is finished now, Jesse. Unless is flowable.
Well, here, sit down.
No. Hear me. See, the key to Clarissa's room. You take it.
Oh, is she all right? Heinz!
Too late for me now. Go. Clarissa's room. Do what is to be done.
I lifted him to the bed. I bent over him. I listened for his heart. There was no sound. Heinz was dead. Yes, just as I told you before, he died. He died there in my room, yes. What? Oh, yes. In the little half-light, I found a kerosene lamp and I lit it. I took the key from the floor where he dropped it. No. I found the room very easily. It was at the far end of the hall. I called. Clarissa? Clarissa? And there was no answer. So I unlocked the door. And holding the light above my head, I walked over to the bed. And there, lying on the bed, dressed in a pinafore that might have come out of the 10-year drawing in Alice in Wonderland, clutching a little woolly lamb to her breast, there lay a tiny, old woman with long white hair braided into pigtails. Clarissa. And I knew why I hadn't heard the little song for 2 days. And so when the lamp dropped out of my hand and the flames started licking around the dry as dust draperies and the fragile old oaken boards in the floor, turned and went out of the house. Well, what else was there to do? The house had lived too long. And so had the father and daughter who dwelt there. Please, for tonight was called Clarissa. The man who spoke to you was Ernest Chappell. And Heinz was played by Bruno Vick. Clarissa by Peggy Stanley. As usual, music for Quiet Please is by Albert Berman. Now a word from our writer-director, Willis Cooper.
The characters in tonight's Quiet Please are neither living nor dead. They enjoy neither of these interesting conditions because they're solely the invention of my own imagination, intended to represent nobody at all. Quiet Please for next week is called 13 and 8.
And so until next week at the same time, I am quietly yours, Ernest Chappell. Quiet Please comes to you from New York. This is the world's largest network, serving more than 450 radio stations, the Mutual Broadcasting System.
The Sealtest milk, cheese, and ice cream divisions of National Dairy present Sealtest Variety Theater with two of your favorite stars, Jack Carson, and as our special Halloween treat, Boris Karloff. And here's the lovely singing star of our show, your hostess for the next half hour, Dorothy Lamour.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. In behalf of Henry Russell, his orchestra, and the Crew Chiefs Quartet, I'd like to welcome you to Sealtest Variety Theater. And standing right next to me is my very good friend, the star of Two Guys from Texas, and his own radio show for Sanka Coffee, Jack Carson. Jack, I'm awfully happy you decided to drop over tonight.
Well, Dowdy, I'm happy, too.
I wonder what's keeping Boris Karloff.
Well, I just saw him in a Beverly Hills supermarket.
You did?
Uh-huh. 3 pumpkins were pricing his head. Say, Dottie, if you don't mind my saying so, you look absolutely sensational in that dress.
You really like it, Jack?
Ah.
Well, as a matter of fact, this model was first worn at a very famous Paris salon.
At Paris Salon, eh?
Uh-huh.
Honey, that number would look good in a Glendale beer joint.
Jack, I know of no one who says things as well as you.
Well, it's nice of you to say that, Dottie, especially since I've had, well, that is, I've had very little education.
Oh, I didn't know that, Jack.
Oh, yes. My mother made me quit school right after I graduated from UCLA.
That's a shame.
Yes, it is. You see, if I had the background and the education, I might have gone on to become a famous opera star.
Opera? Oh, come now, Jack.
Well, all I know is that Lawrence Melchior and I have done considerable work together. You know Lawrence. He's about 6'3", the same as I am. Weighs well over 200.
You sang together?
Well, no. We wrestled.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, we have a television deal cooking.
Well, Cavalier, my rusticana.
You better use your foot on that line. If you do that, I'll have to wriggle my leto.
Well, tell me, Jack, have you ever had any real experience singing opera?
Well, not exactly opera, but I once appeared as a guest soloist with Phil Spitalny's all-girl orchestra.
You with an all-girl orchestra?
Yeah.
How'd it turn out?
Well, not quite as well as I would have wanted it to, darn it.
Well, what do you mean, Jack?
Well, in the middle of the concert, 2 fiddle players were playing buttons and bows and strained for a high note.
Well, what happened?
They busted their bows, and now they haven't got all their buttons.
Thanks, Jack and Dottie. We'll see you later. And ladies and gentlemen, don't let this get around, but later on we're also going to meet that gone ghoul, Boris Karloff.
Get the best, get Sealtest.
Do you know that no one ever outgrows the need for milk? For everyone, from tot to pot, milk is a daily necessity in a good, balanced diet. What's more, it's your best buy in foods, because it gives you more for your money than any other food. So put Sealtest homogenized vitamin D milk first on your family's diet. Use it in cooking to make good food taste better. Pour brimming glassfuls at mealtime, and whenever you want a delicious, satisfying thirst quencher. Sealtest homogenized vitamin D milk is tops in purity, quality, and creamy, rich flavor.
Get the best, get Sealtest.
And now our own singing star steps to the microphone, and with the crew chiefs and Henry Russell's orchestra, makes an announcement of world-shaking importance. She says, and I quote, "Love somebody."
Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. I love somebody, but I won't say who. Big and strong and bold and gay, he's not very far away. I would marry him today, but who he is I will not say. I love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. I love somebody, but I won't say who. Love somebody, but I won't say who. Handsome, say he's 6 feet tall, and his picture's on my wall. Love to be his baby doll. If he kissed me, I wouldn't mind at all. I love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. Love somebody, yes I do. I love somebody, but I won't say who. Oh, Carlton Cadell.
Yes, Dottie?
Have you seen Boris Karloff?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm worried. He was supposed to be over here by now. I'll get it. Hello?
Is Miss Dorothy Lamour there?
Well, this is Dorothy Lamour.
This is Boris Karloff.
Well, where have you been, Boris? We've been expecting you over here.
Well, that's what I called about, Dottie. I wondered if you and Carlton could drop over here this evening. I'm having a sort of a Halloween party, and it's rather hard for me to get away.
Well, sure we can. We'll be right over.
Come in, come in. Glad to see you, Dottie, Carlton. Glad you both get here.
So are we. It's nice seeing you again, Boris. By the way, I've never seen you look quite as well as you do now.
Well, thank you. As a matter of fact, I've lost about 15 pounds.
Oh, that's wonderful. How did you do it?
Oh, I've been on the Harper's diet.
Are you still on it?
No, I'm going back to food. I got tired of eating magazines. You know, I also exercise quite a bit. That helps keep the weight down.
That's right. You're a golfer, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yesterday I played with Peter Lorre.
Oh, that must have been interesting.
Oh, it was. I made a hole-in-one and buried him in it. But I'm just kidding, you know. By the way, would you like to see the house before the rest of the guests arrive?
Yes, I think that would be fun. Incidentally, Boris, who's coming to this Halloween party?
Oh, all my crowd. Margaret O'Brien, Elizabeth Taylor, Shirley Temple.
Well, it's hard to believe that this is really you, Boris.
It is, though, Dottie. I just sit round at night with a good book, a pair of slippers, a dog curled up at the feet, and a pipe in my mouth.
How domestic.
Sometimes I read 2 books a night.
Really?
Yes, but that's only when I'm wearing my second head.
Oh, Boris, you're so normal.
Yes, well, before the kids arrive, let's get going, shall we?
Right?
Now, over here is my guest room.
Well, it doesn't look as if it's been used very much.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I haven't had a visitor here since 1928, when a traveling salesman dropped by.
Well, that's a long time not to see anybody.
Oh, quite the contrary. I still see him.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Every time I open up my deep freeze.
I'd like to meet him. He sounds like cubes of fun.
However, shall we keep going? Now, to my left here is my private den. This is where I keep all my hunting trophies. See that great big bear on the wall?
He just moved.
Yes, I've been very busy. I haven't had time to shoot him.
Oh, what's this certificate hanging here on the wall? I, Boris Karloff, am a member of the Campfire Girls.
Oh, no.
It's true, my dear.
But why would a man like you join the Campfire Girls?
I get cold sometimes.
Boris, who is this man standing here?
Oh, that's just my student lamp.
Well, I've never seen a student lamp like this.
Well, I couldn't afford a regular one, so I got a boy from USC to stand there with a bulb in his mouth.
Who turned off the lights?
I did.
What are you doing, Boris?
Oh, turn them on, will you?
No move, either of you. We're going to my laboratory now, and I shall perform a very interesting experiment.
Carlton, is this boy kidding?
All my life I've wanted to be a famous brain surgeon performing delicate operations. But nobody would ever let me.
Don't you think it's a little late to start now?
Oh, it's never too late. Hold out your hand. Do you feel that? Do you feel this knife? It's like a razor.
Need a razor like I need a hole in the head.
That comes later.
Boris, I'm frightened.
You should be.
I feel like that radio program, Stop the Murder.
All right. If you're thoroughly frightened, I'll now...
Look, the lights are on. We're in the dining room. What's that big cake?
Oh, that's for Halloween, and this is the night to cut it with.
Why, you mean you were only fooling all the time?
Why, yes. Can't you see, Dottie? At heart, I really like to bob for apples, play trick and treat, and all the rest.
Boris, you really are just a naughty little boy at heart.
You said it. All right. Now let's eat the cake. Oh, I forgot. Would you excuse me just a moment? I want to tell the butler I'm going out this evening. Oh, Hawkins.
Yes, Mr. Karloff.
Will you have the car ready? We are going out.
Very good, sir. Anything else?
Yes, at midnight I'll be going out alone, so get it ready.
You mean...
Yes, Hawkins, the broom.
About 20 years ago, the musical comedy Good News was one of the top hits on Broadway. There were many great songs in this show, and as the crew chiefs take the spotlight, Henry Russell gives a 1948 downbeat to a 1928 tune.
Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Eat an apple every day, get to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Be careful crossing streets, ooh, don't eat meat, ooh, cut out sweets, ooh, you get a pain and ruin your tum-tum. Keep away from cherry flips when you're on a spree. Take good care of yourself, you belong to me. Button up, take your gloves, wear your hat. Don't do this, don't do that, be careful. Phooey, I'm tired of this routine, making some changes, here's what I mean. I'll open up my overcoat when the wind is free. I like taking a chance, that's the life for me. I'll cross on busy streets, drive on meat, ooh, must that sweet, ooh, might get a pain, but boy, will I have fun. I'll do whatever I please in my daring way. Today, tomorrow, or any old day, I'll be around to hear you say, button up, take your gloves.
Because milk is your most important protective food, you want the best you can buy. That's why Sealtest is the largest selling milk in America by far. It's tops in purity, quality, and wholesomeness. Take Sealtest homogenized vitamin D milk, for example. Like all Sealtest products, it's protected 1,000-fold, constantly guarded by careful tests and checks. And for extra bone and tooth protection, a full day's requirement of vitamin D is added. For wonderful flavor, smooth and creamy rich, for top quality and purity, get Sealtest homogenized vitamin D milk. Get the best. Get Sealtest.
Well, Dottie?
Yes, Jack?
What's the name of the song you're going to sing now?
Confess.
Well, I'd like to, honey, but this is only a half-hour program.
Anyway, Jack, that's still the title. So, Henry, crew chief, shall we?
Confess, I wish you'd reveal to me the way that you feel.
Why don't you tell me the way that you feel?
Confess, it isn't a crime to open your heart to me and say that you're mine.
Say you will always be mine.
How long can I keep waiting for a tender word from you? The sweetest rose starts fading when the sunshine won't come through. Confess, don't make me guess.
Darling, don't make me guess.
If you really care for me, then darling, confess.
Oh, darling, confess. Why don't you confess? I wish you would reveal to me the way that you feel. If you would only confess, you know it isn't a crime to open your heart to me and say that you're mine. Say you are mine.
How long can I keep waiting for a tender word from you? The sweetest rose starts fading when the sunshine won't come through. Confess, please don't make me
Darling,
guess.
don't make me guess.
If you really care for me, then darling, confess.
Won't you please confess?
Then darling, confess.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any of you who haven't heard about two guys from Texas and two guys from Milwaukee, I'm sure you've heard about one of the cleverest guys in show business. One guy from Warner Brothers, Jack Carson.
Thank you, Dottie. I love that second introduction. I mean, it had everything. Humor and color, and above all, it had truth.
Oh. I'm glad you liked it, Jack. You know, while I was introducing you, it suddenly occurred to me that someday you ought to make two guys from New Orleans. You know, that's where I come from.
Oh, I didn't know that, Dottie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid the old place has changed. It's not like it used to be. It's pretty modern now.
Wait a minute, Jack. What do you mean? What's different about it?
Well, remember Cabin in the Cotton?
Well, yes.
Well, now it's cabin in the nylon.
Wait a minute. How do you know so much about the South? I thought you were born in Milwaukee.
Well, yes, I was, but grandfather was born in the deep South.
Was it really in the deep South?
Well, he was born in a gopher hole in Georgia, and that's about as deep as you can get. Grandpa was one of 17 children. The other 16 went north, but he stayed down south.
Well, why was that, Jack?
Well, he was the choice of the litter.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, Dottie, he was a very famous man in those parts. He was known as Inside Straight Carson.
Sounds fascinating.
Oh, indeed it was. They say he was one of the greatest gamblers who ever plied his trade on the Mississippi River steamboats. Oh, I can remember him so well in his striped pants, his cutaway coat, and his stovepipe hat. I'll never forget that stovepipe hat. 4 burners and 2 ovens.
Tell me more, Colonel.
Well, I'll never forget when I was a little lad. He'd sit me on his knee, and as the aces kept falling out of his sleeve, he'd tell me about life on the Mississippi. Life on the old Dixie Belle Queen.
Dowager! What are you doing, Dowager?
I'm reading a book, Daddy.
A book? I hope it's a Southern book, Dowager.
Well, yes, it is, Daddy. It's the Bobbsey twins at Fort Sumter.
Well, that's a good book, Dowager. When you finish with that, why don't you try Tom Swift and his electric mint julep?
I will, Daddy.
Ah, my girl, as I look over the rail of the ship, it suddenly dawns upon me that I have been sailing this boat up the Mississippi for nigh on to 40 years.
Really, Daddy?
Yes. And next year, if things go well, I'm going to sail it down the Mississippi. And another thing, Dowager, I'm telling you for the last time that the man for you to marry is Colonel Peppermill.
But, Father, I don't love Colonel Peppermill. I love Inside Straight Carson.
Inside Straight Carson. Don't mention the name of that no-good gambler.
Ah, there you are, Captain. Did I hear you mention my name in a derogatory fashion?
You heard right. You are a cheating, lying, prevaricating, no-good, pusillanimous cur if I ever see one.
Those are fighting words, sir, in the South.
Well...
Looks like there's a northeaster blowing out.
Well, I can't keep chattering down here. I have to go up on deck.
Well, Inside Straight Carson, are you having a successful trip?
Well, I wouldn't say so. I just lost a lot of money.
You did?
I just got in a game of poker, and there was something phony going on.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it was a 4-handed game, and only 3 of us were cheating. That's what I get for playing with strangers.
But Inside Straight Carson...
Oh, now that we're alone, honey, why don't you just call me Inside Straight?
All right, Inside Straight. But it's such a beautiful night out. Let's go in the back of the boat and see the wash.
Oh, let's go up to the front of the boat. I don't want that laundry flapping in my face.
But Inside Straight, this is serious.
Darling, nobody can hear us now. Just call me Inside.
Inside. I have something I must tell you.
You better get it out pretty soon.
Daddy insists I marry Colonel Peppermill.
Colonel Peppermill? Why, he's old enough to be your father.
But he's worth $1 million.
Huh? Maybe he could be my father, too.
Well, what's that?
I guess they're having trouble getting food in Alabama.
Well?
That must be the Birmingham airlift.
Well, look who's coming. Look who's coming. It's Colonel
those peppermills.
Ah, so I'll catch you in the moonlight with this gambler, this cheat.
How dare you call Inside Straight a cheat?
Easy, my little Southern four-way cold tablet. I'll settle this in my own way. And now, sir, who are you calling a cheat?
You all, and I can prove it.
Well, all, go ahead and prove it.
I got proof that you spent 6 months in the Savannah jail for cheating.
I wasn't cheating. I was in for killing a man.
Why did you kill him?
I had to. He caught me cheating.
I apologize, sir.
That's not enough, sir. You have impugned my honor, you've defiled my escutcheon, and you've castigated my antecedents.
Those are hard words, sir.
They're practically impossible. The last time I got George Bernard Shaw to write my script.
Well, sir, there's no sense talking. You and I are going to have a duel, sir. That's the only way to settle an affair of honor.
Who's honorable?
Draw your pistol, sir, and walk 5 paces, and then we'll fire. Right. Wait, sir. I'm a-going to fire.
He got me. Yeah, he got me. Right between Natchez and Tallahassee.
Are you hurt inside?
Yeah. That's where I'm hurt, inside. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. People accuse me of being a card sharp and a cheat. But I never cheated my whole life. You understand that? Never in my whole life have I ever cheated.
But inside, before you go, isn't there anything you want to tell me?
Yes, honey, there is. I have a few things that I want to leave you now that I'm whining.
What are they, darling?
My marked cards, my crooked roulette wheel, and my quarter slot machine with a 15-cent jackpot. Goodbye!
Darling! For those of you south of the Mason-Dixon line, honest, we were only kidding. And please, people, don't go away, because in just a minute we'll give you some great news concerning our guests for next week.
Get the best at Sealtest.
The votes have been pouring in all month, and it's a landslide victory for 2 favorite candidates. One is the Sealtest Fountain Treat of the Month, a chocolate marshmallow nut sundae for only 25 cents. It's a winner, all right. That wonderful Sealtest vanilla ice cream, smothered in rich chocolate sauce, mellow marshmallow, and crisp, crunchy nuts. And here's the other favorite, the Sealtest Dessert of the Month, strawberry ice cream tarts. Creamy, smooth vanilla ice cream, topped with red, ripe, crushed strawberries and a rich ring of real whipped cream. Any party will come off with flying colors with this favorite dessert in the spotlight. Ask for Sealtest Strawberry Tarts. And stop at your nearest Sealtest fountain for the Fountain Treat of the Month, a chocolate marshmallow nut sundae.
Get the best at Sealtest.
And here once more is your Mistress of Ceremonies, Dorothy Lamour.
Carlton, I want to thank Jack Carson and Boris Karloff. It was wonderful and frightening to have had them here. Their appearance tonight contributes to a fine cause, the establishment of the American Federation of Radio Artists Welfare Insurance Fund. And now, Carlton, how about that special community chest message?
Right with you, Dottie. Ladies and gentlemen, your gift means a gift to not just one, but many worthwhile services. Hospitals and clinics, family and child welfare organizations, the youth and recreation centers in your community, and the USO, which is being restored for our armed forces. Remember, with the community chest, everybody benefits. Everybody gives.
Well, now I'm afraid it's time to make our Thursday night au revoir. This is Dorothy Lamour saying good night. Keep well, keep happy, and keep listening.
Sealtest Variety Theater is written by Howard Harris and direction is by Glenn Hall Taylor. Tune in next Thursday at this same time when Sealtest Milk and Ice Cream again presents Sealtest Variety Theater starring Dorothy Lamour. And our guests, Edward G. Robinson and Jim Durante. Sealtest Incorporated and associate companies are divisions of National Dairy Products Corporation. This is Carlton Cadell speaking.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The makers of Chase and Sanborn Coffee bring you Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, and Mortimer Snerd with Ray Noble and his orchestra, Joan Merrill, yours truly, Jim Amici, and Charlie's special guest, Orson Welles. And now we have a song by that lovely, vivacious, charming personality, none other than...
Your obedient servant, Orson Welles. You may applaud if you care to.
What is it?
That's quite all right, gentlemen. Don't bother to curtsy.
Orson Welles. Long time no see. But not long enough.
Yeah. Charles, it's indeed a great pleasure to meet my old compatriot and worthy opponent of many a battle of wits.
Yeah? Hey, do you mean that, or is this a booby trap?
Yes, Charles, I really mean it.
Well, that's nice, gentlemen. Then we should have a very pleasant reunion this evening.
Oh, I'm sorry, Edgar, but I must hurry off to give a very important lecture at the museum tonight.
You give a lecture at the museum?
Yes. I'll have you know I have brains. I'm not just a pretty face.
No, you're not, no. Charlie, let's attend Orson's lecture tonight.
Yeah, that has possibilities, yeah.
I doubt if you can find me. I'll be on the third floor among the anthropoid apes.
Well, wear your hat so we'll know you.
We have very funny lines here tonight, don't you?
Please, stick to the script, Orson.
Maybe you can't read. Oh, no.
Well, I shall prove it. I shall prove it by doing reading as only Orson Welles could do it. Would you like to hear a soliloquy from Hamlet or a speech from Julius Caesar?
I'd like to hear a song from Joan Merrill.
Oh, that's nice of you, Charlie. I'll be glad to sing for you.
You mean I don't give my reading?
No.
Very well. May I say it was nice being among friends, even though they weren't mine. Goodbye.
And now, Joni, getting back to your song.
How many hearts have you broken?
Oh, I really haven't kept track. Must be hundreds, even thousands. Must add them up sometime.
How many hearts have you broken with those great big beautiful eyes? Those great big beautiful eyes that tell such beautiful lies. How many times have you kissed somebody like you kissed me just then? I don't believe you mean it, but baby, kiss me again. How many hearts have you stranded on the dreamy road to romance? Baby, I'll take a chance. I need some lovin'. I just can't resist you, even though I'm wise. To how many hearts you have broken with those great big beautiful eyes. On the dreamy road to romance, baby, I'll take a chance. I need some lovin', just can't resist you, even though I'm wise to how many hearts you have broken with those great big beautiful eyes.
Mr. Bergen.
Yes, Charlie?
You know, it's getting mighty close to Halloween time now.
Yes.
And I was wondering what you were going to do to make my Halloween a happy one.
I see.
Just wondering how much you were going to do, that's all.
I see. Well, of course, Charlie, I do want to do something.
Oh, I just knew you'd come through.
Yes.
Could you give me an inkling?
Well, yes, I know what I'll do.
What?
I'll tell you a ghost story.
A ghost story?
Yes.
Can you afford it?
Oh, yes.
I say, Edgar, old boy, couldn't you tell us one now?
Well, I'd be glad to, Ray.
Yes, I love ghost stories, you know. They frighten me out of my wits. It does me good to get out once in a while, you know.
May I listen to?
Well, of course, Joni. You know, I'd better hold your hand. You know, you might get scared.
Oh, Charlie, I'm not afraid of ghosts.
Oh, you're not. Well, I am, so you better hold mine then. There. You comfy now? Comfy yet?
Oh. Now, first of all, do you folks believe in ghosts?
I hardly believe in people.
All right. Well, you believe this one because it's not only a ghost story, but it's an actual experience.
They all start that way.
This one is an actual experience.
Tell it, don't sell it. All right.
You'll find this story very fascinating.
Well, hold everything while I put on my fascinator.
Yes, all right. To begin with, a friend of mine named Joe Franklin bought an old 8-room house in Hoosick Falls, which is a small town in upper New York.
How far is Hoosick Falls?
From where?
Thank you. Doesn't seem like the right answer.
No. Well, anyway, my friend bought this old 8-room house.
Was it a 2-story?
No, it's a ghost story.
All right. As a matter of fact, Joan, it was a 2-story house. But the upstairs was never used.
Why?
Because there was a rumor that it was haunted.
It was, huh?
Yes.
It was what?
Haunted. Inhabited by ghosts.
Yeah, but look, didn't Joe Hoosick know that before he bought the place?
Well, yeah. Well, no, Ray, his name is Joe Franklin, and the house is in Hoosick Falls.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, you want to watch that, do you?
Yes, I'm...
Careful.
You may.
Well, no, he's really sharp.
Yes.
Did Joe Falls know that when Hoosick was haunted?
Oh, now, please. The name is Franklin, and the house was in Hoosick Falls.
Well, don't get sore.
It was an 8-story, 2-room house. No.
But you mean it was an 8-house, 2-story room?
Yeah, no.
Sounds very unlikely.
Yeah.
Anybody live in it?
Well, of course. Hoosick lived downstairs.
Now, wait.
And raised goats upstairs.
Wait a minute. Who lived in what?
Mr. Poughkeepsie lived in Schenectady.
Oh, now stop it, Charlie. Now, if you don't want to hear this story, say so.
So?
No.
Oh, no, come on, chaps.
Huh?
Oh, no, come on, fellas. I mean, Edgar, tell us the rest of the story. Now, wait a minute. Let's get this clear.
Yeah.
What is your friend's name?
Oh, let's forget he's my friend.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, forgetting friends. That's fine, huh?
Too good for him. No, I'm not too good for him, and I'm not forgetting friends.
You're not?
No.
Isn't so, Bergen? Isn't so?
No. I shall proceed. I was the first person brave enough to enter this house and spend the night in the upstairs bedroom.
Stout fella. The man has good gumption. Fooled you, didn't I?
Yes. Boldly I walked up the stairs and bravely I entered the room.
And then you fainted.
No, I didn't. At the stroke of midnight I heard peculiar noises, as if someone were tapping on the walls. And I heard footsteps on the ceiling.
Where? Uh-huh. Snootful, huh?
No. First I thought the noise was a ghost. And then I thought it wasn't. And then I thought it was.
Well, this is no time for shilly-shallying. Either it was or it wasn't. Let's face it.
Then all of a sudden a white figure seemed to be moving around the room. Moving around without a head.
I say, that's quite a coincidence, old boy. It
Yeah.
really is. Yes, the other day, there was something running around my room without any legs.
No.
Yes.
What was it?
Water, old boy. Water.
Well, that settles it.
Settles what?
Yeah. I'm not going to finish the story.
Why?
I am not going to make a fool of myself.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yes. You're right. I have made a fool of myself.
Oh, come now, Bergen. You're so sensitive. And so right.
The crowning pleasure of the table, with meals, of course, is your coffee. Besides that, if you've chosen well, coffee by itself can be an occasion. When you've chosen Chase and Sanborn coffee, every cup is an occasion. Ample reason in itself to take a few moments mid-morning or mid-afternoon to enjoy its superb flavor. What's more, hand in hand with the extra flavor of Chase and Sanborn coffee comes the boost that helps you get things done. So, on every count, this longtime favorite goes on winning new friends every day. In the past year, more people changed to Chase and Sanborn coffee than to any other kind on the market. That's the biggest swing in coffee history, a swing to finer flavor. Take advantage of this opportunity. Get all the flavor you're entitled to. Get the product of 80 years of experience blending the choice coffees of the world. That's the secret of Chase and Sanborn flavor, the secret of your satisfaction. Always ask your grocer for Chase and Sanborn coffee.
Oh, Jim, Ray.
Yes, Edgar.
Yeah, I want you to both keep Tuesday night open. I've decided to give Charlie a Halloween party and surprise him.
Why, certainly, Edgar. I'll be glad to come.
Yes, me too. I say it sounds awfully jolly. Are we going to play games?
Yes, and I also want you to wear costumes.
Oh, fine. I'll wear my dark brown suit, put a lump of sugar behind each ear, pour cream on my head, and come as a cup of Chase and Sanborn coffee.
No.
And I'm going to put a candle in my mouth and come as a Johnny lamp.
Yeah, a Johnny lamp.
A Johnny lamp, yeah.
No. You mean a jack-o'-lantern? Yes.
You see, that way I can be lit all evening.
Yes, you can. Yes.
You get it, don't you? I mean, about the lantern being lit.
Yes, you don't have to go any farther. No.
Who else is coming, Edgar?
Well, I've invited everybody. Joan Merrill and... I almost forgot. Where's Mortimer? Mortimer! Help. Is you ain't, my Bergen. All right. Well, Mortimer. Yeah, that's me. Yes. Say, I want to tell you. Oh, quite. Now, sure. Mortimer, I'm giving a party. Well, that's nice. Yes. Who's it for? It's Halloween. For Halloween. I don't believe I know him. No. It's a Halloween party. Oh, I see what you mean now. Yes, and you're invited. That's nice, ain't it? Well, of course it is. Do you want me to wear a false face? No. I don't think you'll need one. No. You're just flattering me. No, I'm not. Then we shall expect you. I say then we'll expect you. Expect me to what? To be at the party. Oh, yeah, I think so. I'll be there if I can get time off from a job. You see, I got a job. You have a job? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the way it goes, How to do? Dang. What kind of work are you doing? I say, what kind of work are you doing? Well, I go to work, what was the question? What kind of work are you doing? Well, what do you call a fellow that washes a window? That washes a window? Yeah, you call him a window washer? Yeah, that's right. Well, Is that what you do? Yep, that's what I do. Well, hanging on the outside of those buildings doesn't seem like a very good job. Well, it keeps me off the streets. Yes, it does. Yeah. I hope. That's pretty good. Yeah. Marty, how long does it take you to wash your window? I say, how long does it take you to wash your window? Well, there's, that, of course, depends on. Yeah. On what? Well, on what's going on inside the window. Yeah. Do you get paid by the window? I say, do you get paid by the window? No. You get paid by the boss. By the boss, yeah. Mortimer, how can you be so stupid? Well, I get plenty of sleep and good exercise. I'm
From the song by the same name, the sweet music of Ray Noble and the lovely voice of Joan Merrill combine in Sweet and Lovely.
Heaven must have sent him my way. Skies up above me never were as blue as his eyes. And he loves me. Who would want a sweeter surprise? When he nestles in my arms so tenderly, there's a thrill that words cannot express. In my heart a song of love is taunting me. Melody haunting me. Nothing more I can say. When he nestles in my arms so tenderly, there's a thrill that words cannot express. In my heart a song of love is haunting me. Melody nothing more I can say.
This is it, fellas. Sure, this is it. And here's the entrance right here.
Yes, but are you sure Mr. Wells is here?
Well, it says Museum of History. Come on, let's go in, huh?
All right.
Well, you know, fellas, this should be interesting. I hope it's free.
Right this way, gentlemen. Buy your tickets here. Buy your tickets
Oh, you gotta
here.
buy
Step
tickets,
right up.
I see. Yeah, Ray, you and Charlie go ahead. I got a stone in my shoe.
Oh, come on, Bergen. He always pulls that near a box office.
I say, how much are they?
25 cents, children 10 cents, babes in arms free.
No, you don't, Bergen. Put me down.
All right.
Put me down.
That'll be 60 cents, Bud.
But, yes, 60 cents, yes. But my name is Edgar Bergen.
Sorry, but all people have names.
Yeah. All right, here's your money.
Here's your tickets. Thanks, suckers.
I'm certainly going to report that smart aleck.
Here you are, folks. Get your programs. You can't tell a chattering baboon from your mother-in-law without a program.
Why, Orson, I thought you were giving a lecture here. What are you doing with that guide coat on?
Well, it's rather cold in here.
I see.
That explanation ain't so hot either.
But don't tell me, Orson, that you're just a guide.
Well, certainly. I'll do anything to further the cause of education and also to pick up an extra buck.
Well, I have a complaint to make. After we paid our admission, the ticket seller called us suckers.
There's no admission charge here.
There isn't?
No, sucker. Sir.
Wait a minute. Now, here's the tickets right here. It says good for one admission to the New York World's Fair.
Well, there you
go. No, fellas, look, we came to hear a lecture. So, get on with it, my good man.
Very well. Gentlemen, right over here is the first exhibit. It starts with the evolution of man. It was over 80 million years ago that Lobar mollussus, or the lungfish, first crawled out of the deep abysmal swamp, reeking with the dank, sultry smell of fetid vegetation. What do you suppose it did?
Held its nose? No.
No, it continued to adapt itself to its new environment, so that upon that supposition we believe that man is a descendant of the fish.
Are you descended from a fish, Ray?
Well, of course. I must confess that in the spring I do have a mad desire to swim upstream.
You know.
We have the mastodoni, the triceratops, and the monoclonias.
Leaving on track 2.
And in this group are the tyrannosaurs, the brontosaurs, and the dinosaurs.
And a whiskey sour.
Make it 2. Please, quiet. Are there any questions?
When did they live?
Well, they were here as recently as 15 million years ago.
Oh, that's a shame. We just missed them.
I say, was this fossil a man-killing beast?
No, this was a docile fossil.
Yes.
And stop feeding it peanuts. Can't you see it's only a skeleton?
I know, old chap. I was only feeding him the shells.
Well, in that case. Now, let's all get back to the Miocene age.
You go. I'll wait here.
This period goes way back when old faithful Geyser was just a little squirt. Or even before the Dead Sea took sick. Isn't that keen? I made that up myself.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
Yeah. Orson, you're forcing.
Let's see now. Where was I?
Yeah.
It was something interesting. Something very interesting. Oh, yes, I was talking about myself.
Yeah.
Are there any questions?
How can we get our money back?
Now, if you'll step a little closer, we want to keep the sidewalk clear. I'd like to give you a scientific demonstration of the little marble potato peeler. No, I'm sorry. That's another lecture I have. It's quite a different subject now.
Say, what is that skeleton?
Well, it's the duck-billed dinosaur, or trachodon.
Well, make up your mind. Which one is it?
Well, it's one and the same.
Oh.
You know, there are some people who actually don't know the difference between a stegosaurus from a brontosaurus. They just don't.
Oh, heavens. Let's have nothing to do with them.
Are there any questions?
Yes. Where can we get another guide?
Quiet.
A good point.
Now, over here we have the Hall of Living Mammals.
Well, where are the pebbles?
Home with a Kittle.
Oh.
Now, shut up.
Yeah.
Now we come to the Paleontologic exhibit. Here's the Neanderthal or Homo neanderthalensis.
They hardly got in, did they? What does that mean?
The Homo neanderthalensis?
Yes.
I'm darned if I know, but doesn't it sound impressive?
Yes, it does.
Now, according to the genealogist, there was the trineal man, or Pithecanthropus, followed by the Piltdown man, or Eoanthropus ventriloquus burgoni.
Yes. Would you mind dragging that past again in low gear?
Quiet, please. You're so noisy I can't hear what I'm saying.
You're not missing a thing.
Now, in this case here, we have the perfect example of the pre-Neanderthal man, or missing link.
Yeah, but, Professor...
Notice the expressionless eyes, the receding forehead, and the flat, cranium.
Yes, but
it's
Professor...
the most illiterate face I ever looked at.
I got a TL for you. You're looking in a mirror.
Yeah.
Well, Edgar, how was your visit to the museum?
Well, it was very interesting. We learned all about the Neanderthal man, the Cro-Magnon man, and the Java man.
Well, speaking of Java, man, that really starts me on a train of pleasant memories. Of good food, good company, and your own good pleasure at sight of a cup and saucer. The sight of your coffee cup is a promise, too, when there's Chase and Sanborn coffee on hand. The promise of all the coffee satisfaction a cup can possibly hold. So fill it up, drink up, and have another. Enjoy the richer, more flavorful blend that made the second cup famous. Through the past 80 years, Chase and Sanborn flavor has made history, become a tradition. And in the past year, more people changed to Chase and Sanborn coffee than to any other kind on the market. That's the biggest swing in coffee history. But even so, it's only half the story. Besides that, in the hotel and restaurant field, where coffee simply has to be good, Chase and Sanborn are the leading coffee roasters. You're entitled to all this extra goodness, so make sure that you get it. Ask your grocer for delicious Chase and Sanborn coffee every time.
Well, Charlie, after visiting the museum, I suppose you can tell your schoolmates where all the prehistoric monsters came from now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from the Prehistoric Club.
No, they remember, they came from the Ice Age.
Yeah.
And that was way back when Mother Nature, for thousands of years, wore an ice cap.
Boy, she must have had a terrific hangover.
Yes. And do you realize those dinosaurs we looked at in the museum?
Yeah.
Do you realize that they weighed 30 tons?
No.
Yes, 30 tons, yes.
Is that strip?
Yeah, the strip, yes.
Be with us again next week when Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Effie Clinker, Orson Welles, Joan Merrill, Ray Noble, and all of us will be on hand. And Charlie will take over tips on models with that famous authority on the subject, Mr. John Powers. This week, when you're buying coffee, think of us and ask for Chase and Sanborn coffee. Coffee made to serve in times like these. This is Jim Amici saying good night from New York's Radio City.
Friends, you already know about vitamins, but here's something you may not know. According to a U.S. government survey, 3 out of 4 people were not getting an adequate diet. Thus, they probably lacked not merely vitamins, but minerals as well. More than that, science tells us that without adequate minerals, you cannot even hope to get the full benefit of some vitamins. And that's why millions will want to try exciting new STAMS tablets. For STAMS give you both vitamins and minerals. Yes, STAMS give you minerals, too. Not just a few, but 9. 9 minerals. And these 9 minerals are added to 8 vitamins, including every vitamin as well as every mineral recognized as essential by the U.S. government. Yes, 8 vitamins plus 9 minerals are in STAMS. Just read the label for full information and dosage. And today, ask your druggist for STAMS. STAMS.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.